Have you communicated with a social media user who goes by the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY?
I've had several phone calls with the person who goes by the name ThATuMBRELLAgUY. I don't actually know his real name.
And unfortunately, every time I make a call, it becomes content for them idiots.
Help! I've been tossed overboard.
I'll have to bill you extra for my time.
Welcome to the show. You look incredible, like a dessert that owns a yacht.
That's exactly the vibe I was going for. You know, sweet but slightly out of your tax bracket.
Mission accomplished. How does one even shop for a suit when your head...
Gold on my neck, gold on my hand, purple with the stripes, that's the walk of a man. Sidewalk shining, city lights humming, every step I take, they know a boss is coming.
Police or zombie problems? Your tortoise won't stop breakdancing?
Try blue tape.
The miracle of our age. Yay! Hey, we love that umbrella guy. All right. Thank you.
I'm calling from Los Angeles, and I'm having a little problem under the name ThATuMBRELLAgUy. I sent him my phone number at least 20 times in the chat and told him to call me. He ignored me. I'm a man. I filed the report. If you guys could take a look at it and give me a call back, I would love to hear what you guys can do to help us. We really need to kind of stop this guy at least until Monday. I told him to call me. I'm a man.
Flexing screenshots, fake stats, big talk. Gucci on a credit card, living in the TikTok. VPN hero, keyboard De Niro. Whole team zeros, but you swear you some pharaoh. You so air in a jar, flip fast, get rich. DM full of victims, you just roll and switch. You ain't built an empire. You fishing in the kiddie pool, playing with retirements, bragging like you really cool. Wow. Now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the memo hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scam, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme on black. Whole timeline laughing while you fall collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass. You an investment coach, but your math don't math. Turn trust into dust, turn cash into ash. You was laughing at the loss, every life that you drain. Now a clip on repeat shows your whole fate chain. He pulled dots, drop dates, sync them with the live stream. Chat say yikes, every comment in the crime scene. Pause, zoom, play. Now the mask on crooked, you ain't shadow in the dark. You a clown caught looking. 56K, now you fumbled that bag. Heavy bass hit every time that you brag. Screens got receipts and the memo hit tag. That umbrella guy came swinging with the drag. You ran that scam, thought you never get tracked. Now your face looped up in the meme on blast. Whole timeline laughing while you fold collapse. That umbrella guy just wrecked your ass. You was catch me if you can, now it's that's not me. But the voice, same laugh, same cheek, white tee. Thought the net forgets, now the net remembers. Turn the fraud into focus.
All right, folks. What's up? What's up? How's it going today? Man, welcome to a Sunday edition. One that I didn't know we would have or not. I don't even know if I tagged the thing right. Let me look. Nope, 750. I'm sure I didn't tag it right. I better go and tag the thing right. Oh, we got us a special guest today to talk about these wonderful, wonderful cease and desists going out and more. Mr. Coop, how's it going, man?
What's up? What's up, man?
Oh, pretty good, man. I think I forgot to tag my video. I was looking at the turnout. I was like 750 people. Wait a minute. Oh shit!
Wait. Something's wrong.
Yeah, I didn't tag it right. There we go. I see it. Oh well. Oh well. Well.
You get out there. Everybody knows you're on it.
Yeah. Actually, it's those Sundays too. Anyway, yeah. They go early, but I'm just like, whoops.
Right on.
Oh well. You know, if I don't mess up one every week, then I think there's something going wrong.
Well, we only human.
So we've got the wonderful cease and desist though going out yet again. That's kind of, I don't know, it's kind of interesting. I was reading over it too, and Leslie's sending out cease and desist, trying to hush people up. And so the names that were coming up, I was kind of, I don't know, I was just like, really? You know, like I heard, again, I'm not sure who all got one, but I had heard like Squid Pro Quo got one, for example. And I thought, Squid, you know, what did you say about Leslie? Now I realize it's not really about what was said, but more about shutting people down and shutting them up. But still, my God, man, you know.
Well, I mean, it's kind of weird because, and by the way, I'm getting my mics fixed. Okay, guys. I forgot. It's got me on my webcam. I seen somebody said I was sounding like I was in a can. I was a little low, but anyway, yeah, I digress. Yeah, I don't know why she sent something to Squid. She's pretty, non-biased. She doesn't really take a side. I don't.
She's pretty tame, you know what I mean, comparatively. Yeah. But I guess if some of these people can't take that, if somebody isn't just making sweet audible love to them all the time down by the fire, and I think that they consider that bad.
Oh my goodness, are we going to go into the prison love direction tonight?
Oh yeah, actually we will cover so apparently Misty Coop and I really got some butthurt kicking off too. We even had an article about it. It was interesting. Mr. Coop got some wonderful emails too, accusing him of all kinds of stupid, before finally they just went in the direction of just accusing you of horrible things.
Right.
Oh Lord, these people, man. If they're not accusing somebody of something terrible, then how are they going to get paid actually?
Yeah. I mean,
whoa, that was better. Yeah, I can hear you with that mic on.
Yeah, I forgot to turn on my voice mod.
Yeah.
And when I do that, it puts me straight to the webcam. So, but yeah. I got it booting up now.
I do that. I mean, I don't have a webcam, but it boots me in, through one of the basic channels, and it definitely sounds good. God, just a second. God, was that thunder? Lord, it sounded like a bomb went off out here.
All right, Carolyn. Glad I got it fixed, guys. When I saw somebody, it came through the chat, and I'm like, oh crap, because the voice mod used to come on automatically when you turn the computer on. I didn't like that because it was messy. It was bogging me down starting up the computer. So I turned it off. So now I have to physically turn it on every day, and I forget. That's that old age.
Yeah, one way or the other. You either get the convenience and the boggery, or you get you get some other problem. There's always a problem. That's technology for you.
But it should sound much better now.
Yeah, it does. It does. You can tell the difference, man. It was like night and day sound different. Yeah, man. People don't realize. By the way, if you are out there and you're thinking about kicking up your own thing, remember that when you YouTube, sound is probably the most important thing that you can have. And you can get free. You can actually you can go over and get you a soundboard for free. It makes you sound better. You notice it didn't change Mr. Coop's voice. It just made him sound better. He's got a better channel. So you can get that absolutely free, or you can spend a very nominal amount of money to have it forever.
Oh yeah, I think it cost me $60 for life.
Yeah.
And you get to all these fabulous buttons.
Yeah, that's why I went with a live thing too. I use it as well. Unless you want to use some really expensive microphone, then that's the way to go. It's funny. I use some voice mod as well. So anybody that's out there thinking about their own thing.
When streaming first kicked off years ago, my God, you needed some expensive stuff to get going.
Ooh.
Nowadays, a USB mic from Amazon, voice mod, or some kind of soundboard that's free, and you're good to go, man.
Well, you could do it. Some of the phones nowadays sound decent, and then if you run it through something like voice mod, you're good to go. You're golden.
Now, she's had her computer died on her a couple weeks ago. So all last week, she was the poor lady. She was streaming with me and using her phone, and she was clear as a bell. Clear as a bell.
I hate using my phone though. I hate it.
Oh yeah, you can only see one comment at a time.
Yeah, it's just such a pain in the butt. I'm like, no, and it makes it really hard to play a video game while I'm doing.
Right.
If I'm sitting here with my computer, I can I can pretty much manage both.
Yeah, I don't know if I'd want to lose my computer when it came to streaming. I've used the phone a few times, streaming, and I don't like it. Not at all. I'm spoiled.
I cannot believe like I said, I don't get the sending it. I mean, like I said, I do get it, but again, when you're talking about specific people, like I don't think Squid dunks about it that much, period. When I heard that, I was like, really? But I think there were some other people too. But Radis had actually gone through and he cleaned up, like taking out a lot of the identifiable stuff on the cease and desist. So I'm going to pull that up for us. I think it's interesting because really what they're wanting to do with it is they're wanting to frame it as if they're just, some ordinary Joes out there and people are going after private citizens. Now, I don't think I need to bring up all of the channels that they have utilized, all of the stuff that they have done over time. But I mean, for them to try to play we're nothing but a bunch of private citizens and people are trying to harass us is a bunch of garbage.
Oh yeah, most definitely. I mean, I personally, you want to send that shit to me through email, I'm going to ignore it. You want to serve me with a cease and desist, it better be served by a process server from an attorney, or I'm ignoring it, because I'm not, you made it very clear last night on your stream. Okay. They're wanting to stifle people's freedom of speech, freedom of opinions, and it's going to utter garbage.
Even beyond that too. Okay. The things that they have said about people, you would have to be an absolute moron to try to file a case. Like, again, I've brought it up, not to belabor the point, but just to say, okay, like all of these anti-Hale, like from Leslie to Lisa to all of that. I mean, fucking grooming allegations. Are you fucking kidding me? You really want to face off with that in court? Because you will have a real problem with that. That's the kind of stuff that not just makes lawsuits, but they make lawsuits big, Well,
I can't understand why they sit there. It's classic sign, pot calling kettle black. They sit there so adamant and so harmful with the things that come out of their mouth, but yet want to sit back and play the professional victim and say other people are doing that to them when they're the ones that are literally doing it.
It's their business model, man.
Yeah, I mean,
That's
They've spent how many years now trying to ruin Jeremy Hale's business, his relationships, his everything in his life.
Yeah, and to go after anybody that remotely disagrees, and now they've gotten to the whole now that things have really, I think they've gotten kind of bad for them, because you're seeing a lot of people that were tied to them. I mean, whether they're mods, we've gotten to an interesting place in something when you're seeing ex mods that just try to walk away and do something else. They're having entire streams just threatened. Like the stuff with Tammy J is freaking nuts. The stuff that they aimed at her,
Well, look at the stuff with Stacy. It was like an argument, and it was over, and it was done. When Tammy started watching Jay, and when she went on his stream, it was like somebody flipped the crazy switch in Lisa. I mean, she got to the first stream she could get to. She served people with cease and desist. I mean, she was mad. I'm mad. For what? For somebody wanting to have fun?
I think it's more than that. I mean, she really, the way it came across, she really struck me as there was something to shut up, like there's something she's afraid of.
Right.
People don't act like that just because they're just angry. Like there's something more there than that.
Oh, I've never seen her act like that. I mean, to the point to where she's sending out, these email C&Ds and just ripping into poor Tammy. I mean,
yeah, when she had that string, I mean, that's what, I was like, you're going to threaten the woman? Are you really, you really think you're going to threaten her with, if you say one word, then while you sit around and had 5 dedicated streams to that first one was just nasty.
Yeah.
It was a piece of work, but
I'm still trying to figure out what Tammy J did besides just listen to Jay and hang out in his chat.
She knows something, I'm telling you. Like maybe she doesn't know she knows it, you know what I mean? But she's overheard something, and it's terrified them. that reaction. I mean, it says that she's afraid that Tammy J is going to talk about something. Because again, when you looked through her cease and desist, she was very clear on if you talk about this or that related to me or my hubby, and I mean, she was giving the game away. It's like, wow.
I don't get it. I really.
I've got some speculatory guesses, but I won't put them on a stream because I don't know for a fact. But I'm starting to get to the point where I'm guessing.
We all know Jay. He's just there to crack fun and be funny. All right. It's not like Tammy J jumped on, your stream or Megan's or Shizzy's, where you guys are in a different direction.
But she's got the right to go on any fucking stream she wants. For some loud, obnoxious, blowhard piece of shit to tell me or tell anybody else that they can't do what they want. Now, fuck all that noise.
I hear where you're coming. I hear you. I'm just saying that Jay's commentary is different from all the rest of us. He's doing the joking and the fun and the funny stuff. And I can see where that attracts people. Tammy J, she doesn't want to talk about the Jeremy Hale stuff. She wants to have fun. And I'll tell you, I use Jay's stream every morning to relax because he keeps me laughing.
Yeah, well, I just listen to the stupid with stuff. It's funny. It kind of cracks me up sometimes. The level of the stupid cracks me up. Here's a cease and desist, by the way. Let me park this up here. What's up? Now we're starting to roll some people in. Now I'm gonna 11. I had to retag my stuff. I forgot to tag it. I noticed when we started up, I was like, wait a minute. It was like, man, only like 800 people have found. Wait, did I mess something? Oh yeah, I did. Of course. It's almost like a. Well, here, give me 1 second here. Let me make sure something on there. Give me 1 minute.
Go for it, man. Go for it. Have at it.
Things off of it real quick.
Now, this
Even
better
there,
not-
just give me a second, folks.
we go.
I see a couple of emails that don't really matter. They're their freaking typical stuff, but who cares? I'm still redacted.
They be
Let's see.
rolling in.
Yeah, they're doing good. Appreciate you, folks. Good to see you, by the way. Yes, more cease and desist. That is absolutely correct. They are rolling out. Apparently, again, I don't know how many people got them, but to be honest, who gives a fuck? Like these people, who cares, man? I mean, these folks, they sit around. Like, I'm not going to be told by some piece of shit, by the way, that sit around and again said some absolutely horrendous things about me that I can't talk. You know, that's the catch-22 that 2L tries to pull, like with Megan, for example. I mean, this is a person that has doxed her address, has accused her of horrendous things over time, but she's not supposed to be able to respond to things. No, I don't think so.
Oh, dude, she did more than dox her address. She literally put up a picture of her house. She named her kids. She named her husband. She went beyond doxing.
Well, you know, when the last time when that landlord thing has gotten so bizarre, because now the last I don't know what iteration we're in now, you know, but I've heard 3 versions, you know, three different versions so far. The first version was that Megalodonus supposedly contacted the landlord, right? That was the original. Then it became D spills the tea and some other person contacted. And now it's the bench donor, and I don't know if there's supposed to be another person or not. And it's like, wait, what? And with that, you know, when it first came out, they were talking about how Megan Fox, you know, again, she was the one. They had proof because of her phone number, which they walked away from rather quickly. You know, they did that for one day. And then it was, oh no, she incited it. But it was like, no, you had people in there. She didn't just do that. In the chat, you had people pulling up her phone number and pulling up, talking about doing that. And of course, you had old Paint Chips who was continually putting her address and phone number out there too. So,
oh yeah, it's. I don't understand it myself, but hey, you know, to each his own. But they're barking down the wrong tree. She should have never let them lips start flapping without concrete proof of who she's going to start throwing daggers at. I mean, I know for a fact it's not Megan, and it's not D, because there's no reason for them to call anyone at all.
Well, she said, okay, it was funny because the last iteration, she said it was the bench donor. And she said, oh, Tug, put him up to it. And I was like, wait, I've never actually talked to the bench donor, number one. But
Right.
Number two, the bench donor has plenty of reason not to like you on their own, assuming they did anything. You know, that's a huge assumption. I'm not going to say it's you know, it's anybody. Like, they need to prove that shit. But even if, I mean, are you kidding me? You talking about the person that gave money and you talked about like they were a piece of shit, and you called them a drunk and you attacked their reputation and stuff, and then they were motivated enough they went to the police. So you're going to tell me that they don't have motivation on their own?
Exactly.
What? I mean, what a ridiculous concept. I was like,
I
man.
think one of the people, I don't know who it is, but Lisa had mentioned that it was somebody named Amy.
Amy. Yeah, I don't even know who that is, man.
I think the last transcript I read where she was blaming the bench donor and somebody named Amy.
Sure that is.
She was trying to get into the aspect of the newsworthy, something about that's how Megan's name got brought into it and all of this guy. And I'm like, I mean, does she even know what she's talking about at this point?
Well, unfortunately for her, she revved up including her co-host, they did it too. You know, they got all these people worked up, and they were yelling they're going to call her right now. And you know, when they didn't put the number out there, you had people in the chat that were like, "Oh, well, I looked up her name and her phone number. I can't believe I could find it this way." Blah blah blah. And it's like, man, you just motivated harass. I mean, it's document. You can lie and say, "Oh man, because of X, Y, or Z, well, things happen." No, you directly did it. You encouraged it, and it's recorded.
Oh yeah.
Lord.
Oh yeah. They sit there and say all of us are inciting people when that's exactly what they do over there.
Oh yeah. Yeah. When they, I mean, like I said, they were dumb enough to do that stuff with my my ex mother-in-law. You know, I was like, man, why would you even that? She's pretty crazy too. They are still contacting my ex-wife, by the way. She's still getting contacts from sock accounts harassing still to this day. She told me about it. I can't remember if it was yesterday or the day before. I can't remember. Let's say I went to the movies the day before, so probably yesterday,
wasn't it?
Yeah, so I think it was the day before. It was either yesterday or it was 2 days before that. You know, because I didn't talk to anybody on the movie day. I just turned everything off, and I posted a couple of things while I was waiting on the kids. But besides that, but yeah, she said that she's still getting people. You know, they're at this point when you've told people like publicly, hey, don't do that. What else is it but harassment? I mean, there's no interview to be had there. So what else is it when they're like, nope, don't want that anymore. So here's our cease and desist. Dated.
Now, this is from who?
This was from Leslie Frederick. Now, DJ Redis went in and redacted. This is a legit thing, by the way.
This one was sent to DJ Radis?
No, this was sent to. I think this was the one sent to Squid Pro, maybe. You know, I think again. I don't know. I don't know which one. He put a big long post up before, and he was putting up some stuff about, because this person keeps saying that they are a private individual. So he put up a post and was like, hey, you know, if you got anything to show that this person isn't a private individual, then it was like, oh yeah, I've got a lot of that. I've got a lot of that. But sent out for May 30th. By the way, yeah, I doubt anything's been certified mailed. You know, it's funny. If you've been certified,
yesterday, I haven't heard of it. So she would probably, if it's certified mail, she might get it tomorrow.
Dude, these people are they barely have their heads above water. Like they've, you know, and again, when I say this, I ain't trying to be a dick if people have financial difficulties. I get it, man. But these people are drowning in debt. They're losing everything. And while they're doing it, they're not going to fucking do anything. They're hoping that they don't crash and burn in another lawsuit with us.
Now, explain to me what YouTube channel contact service is like. I've never heard of that.
I don't even know. Well, how do you YouTube channel contact? I don't know. That's pretty amazing. 2, owner operator of the channel redacted. You know, they're going to be called John Doe. John Doe. Immediate demand to remove all content concerning Leslie Federico's and Michael Federico's threat of legal action.
Now, see, something like this, it would encourage me to make more content.
Yeah, it pissed me off. I'd be like, fuck you, son. You know? I mean, these are the same. God, all the stuff that she's done, no way. Just from that, I mean, we could talk about the getting in trouble with the bar stuff. I mean, there's all kinds of fun things. I remember though, one of her problems with claiming that she is not a public, but rather private individual. She approached the media, wanted to talk about how she, she was this amazing lawyer back in the day. She did all these things. She did interviews. They're on YouTube as well. But if that's not enough, the insertion in this case damn well is. I don't know how many channels I've found by now. I found at least, God, a dozen more. I don't even know how many channels there are anymore that I've found. But
she opened that door to public figure by creating all those YouTube channels and, like you said, contacting media. She stepped into the limelight. So
yeah, they love the limelight as long as it goes their way.
Right.
They're totally happy with it there. Radis, though, it's been interesting to watch because he's been pulling together a lot of stuff on this specific subject. He's like, hey, you want to see exactly how much stuff this person has done and everything they've thrown together. I mean, it's kind of amazing to see. So let's see.
Now, she wouldn't make a very good politician. Politicians, they have their haters, boy. So what is she going to try and shut up anyone with an opinion?
No, these people, they don't make good YouTubers because they're fucking afraid of opinion. They talked about it. It's funny too. Like they don't have, they're like, oh, I'm going to sue over, talking about the Loofamobile, for example. I mean, the Loofamobile, I'm allowed to look at that and be like, that's degeneracy. That's absolute degeneracy. Oh, no, it's a joke. It's a joke. Well, it certainly is a joke, but, definitely the punchline. I feel like the people around are punchlines, but it's amazing. They were contacting businesses. They talked about contacting places like Olight. We have the live streams where they discussed it. I mean, these people were absolutely 100% aiming at businesses, and for them to pretend that they that people have somehow interfered with their businesses. Oh, fuck all that noise. They can't stand. The reality is they can't stand people pointing out the hypocrisy and the nastiness, that they've done. That's why they want to shut down people talking about things with transcripts and more.
Well, it's like they seem to forget the key words here are social media. Okay, it gives every person on the planet the right to come onto social media and voice their opinions. If you don't want people voicing their opinions, stay off of social media.
Yeah, when you go out, especially when you target people, see, that's the amazing thing. They think that you can run that lip about somebody, and they don't have the right to not only counter you, but to quote you specifically when you're talking this shit, I mean, it's amazing. I've never run into people who were like, no, don't actually quote me correctly. Don't show what I actually said. No. That's a bad sign when you're like, don't quote me.
Exactly. It's can we say hypocrisy?
Well, right now, have you kept up with the giveaway mess that's been going on?
Oh, I've been reading a lot of that in the Facebook groups here lately. I guess it's Aussie Tina gal.
Yeah.
And I can't remember who's taken up the mantle for her. Is that Allison or?
Oh, I can't.
There's some lady that I guess is decided she was going to defend her.
I love this. This exchange is so good. You've got so many, right? You're an effing lying snake. Damn well she won almost $400 in prizes, giveaway or not. She asked you to give a lesser prize to cover postage. You big fat liar. I'm ashamed to say I supported you. Shame on you. I love some of these. Here, let's do it.
I don't understand how she has anybody following her. I mean,
Well,
some
just
of these people has taken up to a year to get giveaway prizes that were supposedly, given away a year ago.
oh, she just said though, like with this one. I mean, Mark pulled the transcript on that, and it's interesting because she's talking about, when you first of all, when you give away something on YouTube, unless you're specifically stating, oh, unless this person does X, Y, or Z, look, you gave it to them. It doesn't fucking matter that they did something that you don't like now. But they think that's the way that you can roll, that you can somehow say, well, you started going over to a channel I don't like, therefore that's not how it works, man. And it's yet another public controversy. They keep throwing these fits about people talking about stuff. Well, it's just like donors and everything else. I mean, these people keep doing this stuff.
It's like she's burning down her own community.
It is, man.
Then blaming other people for it.
Yeah, exactly. It's going in and then saying, oh, that person is the reason that no, it's your own fault. I mean, you set your own shit on fire and you see it in the numbers. You absolutely see it here. Here is the transcript portion. Give me a second.
I mean, come on. You had the end of 2024. You had people handing her money like it was Skittles, and she burned most of them. Why?
Yeah, there's so many. Well, and not just burns them publicly. That's what blows my mind. I'm like, why? Here's the he mentioned my giveaways in chat, and Aussie Tina said, you don't receive the prizes. She bans you, and she doesn't send the gifts. Well, Aussie Tina, when you're going to sit here and pop in my chat just when I'm doing the hashtags for giveaways and then go into other channels and trash me and think no one's going to tell that, I'm sorry. I think the big giveaways that were meant to be given to people who support the channel that I actually have to pay for and ship. And by the way, you live in another country, so it's not cheap. I think that they should go to someone who actually does support my channel and doesn't do these things. I think it should be redone and, given off to somebody else who is part of here, that's part of the channel. Yeah, you did get blocked. So look, I mean, person is giving gifts. Again, they supported them at the time. And what they found is that when you want to have a discussion about something, you get treated like absolute crap. Then when you bring it up, then that's the reason that is used to say, oh, look, you're a traitor. So it's just circling back. But as far as YouTube is concerned, man, you do giveaways. You have to send that shit. They have a very good case. They're outside the U.S., so as far as suing, that would definitely be a small claims. Somebody gives you something and they don't deliver, that's small claims right there, straight up.
So let's get this straight for a second. This woman's waited almost a year, to receive whatever it is that she's supposed to receive. So she goes into somebody else's chat and mentions it.
Yeah,
and that's a bad
thing. She's like,
thing?
hey, look, we can't get our stuff, and apparently that's the reason you can't get it now.
That should have been motivation for Lisa to get off her ass and send it. I mean, now she's got her own people going out into other chats saying, hey, look, I won this giveaway 11 months ago and I'm still waiting on it. What's up? You would think that would motivate her to keep goodwill with her own people.
Dude, there's proof of it too. That's the thing. Like, they provided letters where they asked, number one, they won. And then when they won a second thing, instead of wanting to pay shipping, she was like, hey, thanks for the giveaway today. Just add with the last one, the one they still hadn't got. And hopefully the postage that will cover this as well. Go
so
away. wait a minute.
This person's literally trying to make it easier for
her. Yeah. I mean, and again, this isn't her forgetting to send something. She's admitting that because they didn't do X, Y, or Z, which again, you have to stipulate that stuff in your giveaways. You can't just say F you, and again, this is the same kind of bullshit. They're like, we're going to sue over it. When your donors are fucking going nuts, when, again, the person that was supposed to be the recipient of something, they're going nuts. Now you have again, it's just yet another thing. But of course, everyone else is blamed for it. Maybe look in the fucking mirror one day.
I'm still scratching my head at 11 months. I mean, if somebody gets something from me, it's going out as soon as I can get it in the mail.
Well,
I don't want to make that person upset.
When we do comics, though, I mean, we have things that don't land, like Rhea Raya, okay? We sent out, I think it's 3 times, and they just never made it, Well, what you do there is if you ask them, hey, can you, do you mind, you wait on it there and you talk to them about it. And if they're not okay with that, then you refund them there or you do something for it. But Rhea Raya and Mark, they're great people. And they were like, sure, we'll wait. Well, guess what? 3 tries, didn't make it. So we eat the shipping on them each time because that's part of the game too. You're going to eat shipping sometimes. Actually, shipping like Australia is very high too. Like you're talking Aussie Tino, it's expensive as hell,
I can tell you right now, it's $22 for less than 2 ounces.
Yeah. I sent a priority mail, just a letter. Yeah. Just a letter to somebody the other day, and it cost $12.35. Just a letter. That's it. Like it was nothing else. And I got credit with the stamp. Somebody had put a prepaid stamped envelope.
Wow. It's crazy. Now, of course, I don't know what she's shipping, but
I'm sure any of that stuff is going to cost money. But at the end of it, what I was going to say with the Rhea Raya Mark thing, after 3 tries, you refund them. You eat it because that's what you do. Because those people support you and they're good people, and you don't fuck them over for it.
That's what I understand. You're trying to build an audience. You're trying to build a community. Why are you pissing them off?
Yeah, you appreciate them. I mean, these are the people that they are your channel, And I mean, you've seen some. They got their hooks in a guy that was giving them like insane, and he wasn't the only one. Like there were other people too that were giving insane amounts of money. We saw them recently, burn another donor. We saw that whole mess with the birthday money thing. That was just
I forgot about that.
Yeah, I mean, that's what I mean. Like this stuff happens so regularly. Again, there's a way when this stuff happens, it doesn't matter either. Ultimately, if you think, hey, this is not my problem or not, or somebody, turns on you and fucks you over, it doesn't matter. I've had that with comic books, I've had people like we've sold them something and then I'm like, or they're straight up, they're haters. What you do is you thank them for their purchase. They're going to go out, they're going to tear it apart. They're going to do it just to tear it apart, but that's okay because they paid for it. They're a customer. So you treat them well. But instead, again, they openly declare war on their folks. And you have, I thought the answer to, what's her face? Nikki, or I can't think of her name.
Oh, that's who was taking up the mantle for Aussie Tina.
Yeah. She notes that. She calls her by name in this. But she, by the way, I appreciate you, Rhea Raya, if you're there.
Who, what now, huh?
I said, I appreciate Rhea Raya. I was telling her.
Oh, okay.
I brought them up because, they were really good about, people can get pissed off about that. I don't blame them. It takes us, when we crowdfund a comic book, it takes a lot of time anyway. And I couldn't talk about it at the time, but I had the divorce stuff going on in it. And so what happened, the courts came in and froze all business assets and all personal assets. They froze everything. So I was trying to deliver comic book stuff and pay people from a month to month, which is, that was not easy. So it slowed me down insane, because I mean, again, they froze all my business assets. I couldn't pay my artists with specific, like for X amount of the book. And I had to trickle it out, but I did. I managed to get that done. Then I had to scrape up shipping because my assets were frozen. So I did that, but it took a while. And, a lot of people everybody was patient. They were above and beyond. And then on top of it, you have the issues that come up just, as a business. You're going to have certain places that lose. God, some of the really, like the Asian countries are really, really bad about losing stuff in the mail. But Europe has gotten really bad about it too. But regardless, this is the letter to old Nikki there. Get over yourself, Nikki. Pay attention to what I said. If she trashes me, which she did, I'm not sending her a giveaway. Straight up. You tell her straight up. Again, that is fraud. Unless you put it in, specified that during the giveaway at those times that you can't do this. It doesn't work that way. I mean, God, she's just flagrantly doing that. And again, ultimately, it gets blamed on everyone else out there. I'm sure you don't tell the police about these things, do you, Lisa? When you're calling all your inane freaking reports, I'm sure you don't tell them about how, don't exactly deliver on stuff that I'm supposed to. She said something first, not me. I simply responded. God, that's all the way it is too.
Now this was all on Facebook, right?
Yes.
That's what I thought. I thought I'd read this.
Yep. Yeah, I pulled it up there. I'm covering up the addresses. So the redaction,
Gotcha.
they just I'm just making sure. I'm giving it an extra level of redaction, I guess you could say. To hide out everything. Yeah, that's why I'm zooming it in this much. Because unfortunately these people, everybody gets targeted. Everybody. It doesn't matter if you're a Facebook detractor or what. Everybody gets targeted. Later on, if they make enough noise, I'm sure they'll get threatened in some way with if you say another word, I'm gonna sue you. But take your foul mouth and phony bullshit. I like that. You got a foul mouth. Take your bullshit elsewhere. What? Yeah, well, you really helped that one. Shit. I'm quite sure with all that shit you sent me, they would all say you're a big fat liar now, isn't that right? They already are. You just don't know. It was you. What? Oh my God. What's funny is people like this. See, if all these people would come together and they would talk about their experiences with this person. Holy crap. Somebody needs to do like a documentary,
Right.
Anatomy of an AI catfish. That's a working title. You obviously belong over there. You obviously belong over there. What's funny is like I said, they did this to donors too. Like only me fucking he very publicly hated me, but he asked for my help, because this is what they do. They treat people like that. And they don't just do it like in an email. That's one thing. They do it publicly and they do it prolonged.
So where is she telling her? Where's over there? What does she mean?
She's talking about sides. She's saying that you're one of those Hales people now. You know,
all because she's standing up for a woman that get a giveaway gift.
yeah.
Now, that makes her a Hales fan all of a sudden now.
Yeah. Yeah.
Oh, so if you call Lisa out on her bullshit,
Yeah,
if
that's
you're
how
in
it
her
works.
circle,
You notice all the
you're a Hales fan.
The quote unquote the flippers. They're all flippers. The flippers. I mean, how many times have we heard that?
Yeah,
I heard them going through. They were going through a list of people. And I was like, "Good God!" You know how many people have they? You know, what's bad is they keep a running record of who it is too. I couldn't, you know. One of the things, see that's also a small channel mentality. It is. It's a very small channel. Because I'll tell you, one of the things I make it a habit. If there are people that have some kind of constructed feedback, cool. If there are just random people out there that don't like me, and you learn this early on, you cannot appease everybody. Hell, you can barely appease anybody. So just don't, you know, if again, people have good feedback, cool. But otherwise, don't care what people fucking say if they don't like you. If it's true, then care about it. But if it's just some, you know, random thing that people don't like, who cares? They're allowed their opinion, you know? I mean, good God. People make fun of everything too. Like, just eat it and go on. You know? Never fucking, never take any of it. It's online too. Taking it seriously is so dumb.
You know, I was sitting there, you're talking about the birthday thing here just about a week or so ago. If she'll do that to someone that lives right there and is in her home all of the time, just imagine what she thinks of people online.
Well, I mean, I've seen how they've treated, you know, again, a guy who gave more money than I can't imagine having money to give away tens of thousands of dollars online. And then I can't imagine not only burning that person, but I've already seen their, actually, that was because you guys, and it's like, wait a minute, you're the one who burned them publicly. You know?
I mean, all the dude did was ask for transparency.
Yeah.
He was just asking how things were going. Hatchet, you're gone, you're blocked, you're out.
Well, he wanted to know because yeah, certain people had records around there, and he was like, wait a minute, I want to make sure of what's going on. And they hadn't hit deadlines. They promised to have stuff done by the end of January 2025, and they didn't have it done. So I mean, it was very public. You know, it was very public. But they're like, no, it wasn't public. Really? Because that's one of the reasons we all got the screenshots from it.
It's
but
crazy.
It was very public. But anyway, so this Amy, you know, get over the fact that you're butthurt that your little friends started a bunch of unnecessary nonsense and got called out for it. Called out, you know, again, ripping people off ain't calling them out. That's just taking from them. You know, if you're going to have a giveaway, have a giveaway. Holy shit.
I'm still trying to understand how this Aussie Tina, how it's any of her fault. 11 months later, and she's just asking, where's my shit?
Yeah.
Yeah, obviously she's not answering her in her own chat, so I'm assuming Aussie Tina was in what, Robbie's chat?
I don't even know.
Or somebody else's chat that they hang out in or something. I don't think she was in mine.
I have no idea how all of that kicked up. See, again, that's the craziest thing is their back and forth makes it a topic we all see, you know?
Right.
And it's two people arguing, or actually groups of people that are arguing. But again, they make it a public topic. She could ignore the situation. She could absolutely just ignore it. But
well,
they can't do that, man.
Follow the light, people. Follow the light coming this way.
So back to our cease and desist. All right. So again, This is from Michael Federicos Esquire on behalf of himself and Leslie Federicos Esquire on behalf of herself to the owner-operators of Redacted. This letter constitutes a formal legal notice and demand that you immediately cease and desist from publishing, distributing, or maintaining any and all content on your YouTube channel or any other platform that references, depicts, discusses, or concerns Leslie Federicos and or Michael Federicos. You are hereby on notice that your conduct has exposed you to significant civil and criminal liability under both Florida and federal law. Yeah, my ass. Yep. You know, oh, you talked about us, therefore. Like I said, I think with all the stuff they're pulling now, I really hesitated on one thing. After the certain things that Michael said while he was still the lawyer in the case that is now ongoing. He goes on a live stream and he talks about, all these very, very life ruining potentially items aiming at myself. I haven't filed a bar complaint about it yet, but if that's what they're going to do, if they're going to try to shut down anybody that even talks about it, well, fine, I'm going to file a bar complaint. Because you know what? I mean, ultimately, what they're trying to do is ghost any blowback that they've gotten over it. See, they're playing the we're not public figures. You see that here with the background. Are you fucking kidding me?
Oh, yeah.
She came out and said that Hale's essayed her.
On
Remember
multiple platforms.
Yes, very loudly. And then ghosted all of the stuff where that was up. She also said that multiple people that you would recognize by name, as far as coverage, folks, they had shut down an entire school. Remember that?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so when they're doing that kind of stuff, first of all, I've got the original letter where she sent it over to Megan Fox. Where she was asking her to interview with Volmit. When that stuff first kicked off.
Right.
You have that. Then it goes to she puts out legal. Here, give me a minute. I can't remember how they worded them. She had her website, Bully Exterminators. They also had their main site. I mean, my God, I was going through some of the stuff today to pull it up for where Radis had posted. And I was like, oh my God.
Oh, let's not forget where it all started on Talentville.
Oh yeah. You got Talentville. You've also got, good Lord, there's so much of it. I mean, she had her website, familylawpros.com. That's the website where they posted, actually, I think the archive is still up. Let's see, archive.fo. Let's see, familylawpros.com. Yeah, the entire thing is still up there. Where she was talking about they were going to cover Jeremy Hales. They were going to cover him every week. That was the plan from go. But then they got blowback about it, and when they got blowback about it, then it suddenly became something else. But I mean, she had that attached to her main website. I'm looking here. It's funny too. In her, I found the archive. So she put in the letters from Ania Waterman, calling them harassment as well. Well, here's the archive, by the way, where those emails had come from. She was asking for emails on her site. I've kept all of this. Again, this is just the skeleton for it, where they're covering Hales, that she's deleted all of this now. But the whole archive for the website, its skeleton's still up there, and I have the whole damn website downloaded. Just kept the whole thing. But you can see it through all of it here, including she put out, again, statements for 2L and statement for Stupid Dave. So she asked for people to write her and to give her, feedback on this. And then she tried to sue over the feedback.
She puts the challenge out. Now I'm going to make money off of you because you answered what I asked you to answer.
Well, it's the same thing that she did with Radis. She asked myself, him, and Hales to get into a roasting battle. And then when he responded, she put his responses into a lawsuit. Yeah, I mean it's why it's like you can't do that. You cannot. I mean, you're talking about people again that one of them is a former lawyer. No matter what I think about their skills or lack thereof, they did represent people for real, which is scary. It's a scary thought. But then you have one that's actually operating still as a lawyer. They know better than this shit. They absolutely know better, but they don't care. You can't ask somebody, hey, make fun of me. And then when they make fun of you, you can't be like, I'm suing. It just doesn't work that way.
I don't, just about the time you think that these people can't do anything else to amaze you, they say, here's some new soup for you. Here, let me show you how much crazier I can get. I mean, to sit here and serve somebody with a cease and desist that all they do is read court documents and express their opinions on these documents, and you're going to serve them with a cease and desist.
Well, she made it very clear that she believes that you can shut people down that quote unquote aren't lawyers from talking about law related items. She wants a judge to do that. That's what she asked the judge with our case to do. That's what her complaint is. If you go through her complaint, she makes it clear she wants the judge to shut us down because we're giving opinions. She doesn't like it, and she doesn't think that people that aren't lawyers should be able to do that, which is funny because she's not a lawyer either. So when she gave opinion,
is the judge just going to give a blanket order for the entire YouTube community? Because at this point in time, anyone with Pacer can grab these documents.
Well, and they're public documents. There's a reason they're public. It's supposed to be there for transparency. So you're supposed to be able to pull this stuff up and talk about it at any time.
Oh, that's right. You guys' lawsuit is in state court. So you don't even have to have Pacer. You just go straight to the website.
Yep.
So she wants a blanket order for the entire world of YouTube that no one on YouTube can pull these documents and read these documents.
No, she wants us shut down. But, taking away our ability to talk about this would be the same thing as telling the rest of YouTube, oh, well, sorry, you can't, I mean, it's a wild concept because, again, there's a point to it. But she says, again, that both of them are private citizens. They're not public figures, public officials, or limited purpose public figures. You have got to fucking be kidding me. You inserted yourself in a very high profile case. That is exactly what that is.
Isn't her husband a licensed lawyer?
He is indeed. And
therefore, he's not private. He's public.
Well, they sued Jeremy Hales. They publicly sued Jeremy Hales. So when they did that, they didn't just sue him. They sued me. They sued other folks. They sued Megan Fox. They sued Just Jay. But after, you do that, you can't be like, well, I'm doing that, but I'm somehow a private entity. No fucking way, man. It doesn't work that way. Oh, it's so ridiculous.
I'm still trying to wrap my head around what serving Squid a cease and desist is going to accomplish.
I don't understand what they're trying to shut down that Squid did. Again, Squid is pretty tame on the level of that. Again, when I say that, I'm not saying there's anything, I'm not being rude in saying that. I'm saying she's pretty tame, like of all people. I could think of some other people to serve before,
Yes.
but I mean, why? Why her?
I'm at a loss for this one. I mean, when she popped up over the school ordeal, back in that time period, Jay was all over. And why would she go after Squid? Just reads documents and gives her opinion. I'm still at a loss.
She must have read on this, and she just it's probably because somebody was like, my God, this person's an idiot, It's probably she probably said something that, again, if you're not just spending your time kissing all these people's butts, they think they have the right to silence you. Your YouTube channel, Redacted, has published content about them that is false, misleading, defamatory, invasive of their privacy, and designed to harass them and incite your audience to do the same. This conduct is unlawful. Now this is where it really is fun. You are operating in concert with Jeremy Hales and other YouTube content creators. What? Wait, what? In fact, them continuing to say that stuff, that is defamatory. Because again, the idea, like these people, they didn't just say that, you're colluding or anything. They have come out and they have said getting paid by. I thought that was hilarious. It's like, I don't need a Jeremy Hills to pay me. If I'm doing my job correctly, people support the channel. They do that, and I do fine. So I don't need a person to pay me money like that. And Jeremy Hills, I hate to tell you, he ain't going out like hiring out fucking channels to cover something. I mean, these idiots, they're stupid enough that what they do, it's entertaining enough that people, they tune in. They've tuned in for a long time to watch this stupid play out. I mean, they keep doing stupid shit like this stuff. I mean, what's the point?
That's their go-to. They're trying to wrangle everybody that's covering this under the same umbrella that Jeremy Hales is the kingpin, and he's telling all of us, giving us our marching orders, and it's the farthest thing from the truth.
I'm apparently the puppet master these days. Did you not see that terrible fucking the stupid Tugglesworth? I was like, man, are you guys that freaking scared that they put out this big blathering AI statement about this is just a parody and satire? Oh, I'm like, dude, I'm not the one threatening to sue everybody out here. I don't give a shit if you talk smack about me. I'm just telling you, when I say that, I'm like, you try to sue me, I'm going to counter sue the shit out of you because you've said some pretty fucked up things, and that'll be the moment you get it. But as far as the YouTube game is concerned, I trying to hide who you're talking about. Oh man, what cowards! What absolute cowards!
Yeah, last I checked, nobody over here has told anybody to call anyone. Nobody's told anybody to strike channels. Nobody's told anybody to do. I'm talking about over here on this side.
I was about to say that's a one-way street, because I've heard people telling other people to strike channels. I've heard them telling other folks to contact people. I've heard all that stuff. I've heard them doing that.
I go out of my way every day to tell people, do not contact anyone mentioned in this stream. But yet that's code, according to Lisa. That was the craziest stuff I ever heard. Oh, when he says that, or when they say that, that's just code. And their people know that that's what they want them to do is actually call. Really? Are you serious?
Well, again, you know, they note some, again, statements like that run contrary to reality. That's a strange thing you call defamation, because these people, they're just accustomed. I remember Jeremy Hales. Remember, they kept promising us over and over again they were going to show us proof that he had offed some people's dogs. Remember that?
Yep. I'm still waiting on that.
Yeah, they never manifest. They said it would be coming any day now. And, well, there's been over a year between that. That never happened. That never transpired. They were like, oh, yeah, we got the proof. And you absolutely know they don't have any proof over anything like that. You know why? Because they didn't put it out. They put it in the fucking intro of every video if they had proof of something like that. I mean, holy crap.
If I'm not mistaken, we're over a year waiting on just a memorial bench, aren't we?
Yes.
So I'm glad nobody's holding their breath out there.
Well, again, it was also just for one thing. I mean, charity by itself, after you do X amount of money, you go from like small time, whatever, to actually having to play by specific rules. And they have not played by any of those, like the public, again, any type of public transparency. And they promised that to donors. I saw when the bench donor wrote, they refused to give the bench donor transparency. And that's why the bench donor was like, wait, what the heck? What's going on here? And a lot of people have, again, these things have happened publicly. We've seen it publicly. It's awful. When you get down to it, it's absolutely awful, because there are people that essentially the thing that these people are saying is, if you go to bat for any of these folks that are saying this, we'll sue you. And I'm like, well, fuck you then. Sue me. Because you know what? If you bring it to a court, that's definitely the way to get it talked about. When you violate rules, period, you make over $50,000 in a fiscal year. And that's not gifts. That shit right there, that sets off certain things you're supposed to do. And if you're not going to follow through with those, part of that also, it comes with transparency. You could get around all of that now by just giving the money outright to the person that it was raised for. And I'm talking about from the beginning. That's why people oftentimes, when they raise money, they'll just set up a GoFundMe or something, that way you don't have to register or anything, and it keeps you out of trouble. That's one way. It cuts down on any questions, because 100% of that money that went to that person. And that's the way actually charities they have to run. When you do it, and again, the way the law works on that anyway, the call for support, when you say, hey, we're doing projects, that's enough. That's charitable donation. You don't have to call it anything, call it fundraise or anything. Just the act of asking for projects or to help a family in need, those things right there. Again, it's pretty well specified. But if they want to put it in front of a freaking a judge, be my guest. But like I said, I will countersue the shit out of these people for it. I wouldn't waste my money on these losers because they don't have anything. But I tell you, if they want to waste my time and they want to threaten me, try to drag me into a court, I have a hell of a winner on the case. Anyway.
That's the thing that drives me a little bit insane about these people. They're throwing stones when they got a whole glass closet full of skeletons, full of their own behavior. Why would they well, they don't care because they don't have any money. That's what it is. They don't give a shit. Yeah. I was wondering why they go after people the way they do, when they do things far worse than everybody that they're accusing. And that's the reason they don't have shit to lose, so they don't care. I don't know. Anyway.
You're trying to actually make people make sense.
Yeah, it's a brain teaser. It'll make you go crazy. So what else we got with this here?
Which you're
CME?
operating in concert with in a coordinated campaign to defame, harass, and harm Leslie Federigos and Michael Federigos. The content you have published misrepresents the truth, misleads your audience, and has caused and continues to cause real and serious harm to Leslie Federigos and Michael Federigos, including but not limited to damage to Leslie Federico's employment and professional reputation, emotional damage, and invasion of their privacy as private citizens. Well, number one, again, you're not private citizens. Number two, professional reputation. Are you talking about as a lawyer?
I'm trying to figure out how reading court documents is doing anything to damage any of these people.
I mean, look, like what reputation? Leslie Frederick, what reputation? What professional reputation?
Oh, the fact that she gave up her law license reputation?
Dude, this crazy piece of shit goes and lies and says that myself and an army of other people called a school and shut down an entire district. 3,000 people. Kids were out. They weren't learning that day. Then it slowly whittles back to, well, there were teachers that might have been worried about something because of an email or a call or something, and it's like, wait a minute, what happened to the whole school district getting shut down? And what's really jacked up about it is these people, at first they were like, well, this person, it's just like the landlord story. It changes. She also very much lied. Again, I mentioned this before, but the letter that was supposedly sent out to teachers talking about all of us. No, it's about freaking, it's about First Amendment auditors, those 1A auditors. You see them on YouTube all the time. They go, they park their butts outside of schools and other places. I mean,
Right.
you've seen them, right? So,
Oh, yeah.
and they test the police. They see how they respond to things, and with good reason, because the police, they're supposed to act in a specific way. So, well, the letter that was sent out, again, I've looked at it, and that letter, it's not about any of us.
No,
It's just-
none of us are A1 auditors.
No, well, and it's not even dealing with the kind of stuff that was supposedly brought up. And the interesting thing on top of all of that is, after they did this live stream accusing us all of these terrible things, Rosalind Duke, after this stuff happens, calls. And, or not calls, but writes. I said calls. Writes and asks this principal, hey, I'm hearing these terrible things that are being noted about me. Essentially, do I need to have my counsel contact? What needs to go on here? Because this is, there's been some really crazy things that are being stated, and my name is being brought up in them. And you think about that. I mean, you think about the allegation that these people put out there as fact too about all of us.
Exactly.
It's just so fucked up. And then it turns out to be fake. All of them did. She did. Not just Leslie, Lisa put it out there. I mean, it's documented. So they're talking about trying to ruin people's reputations. Come on. And again, yeah, I saw what you people said. Again, I saw Michael as a lawyer. He should know better than to do the stuff that he did.
Well,
He
now,
wants to talk about
isn't
people
he?
harming.
What? He's like something with entertainment law, right? He's not really a criminal lawyer or anything like that.
Isn't he some guardianship lawyer? Isn't that what he is?
Yeah, something like that. I know he dealt with pop bands there for
He
a
dealt
long
with
time.
getting 50 pages of freaking judge being like, "Hey, don't write that shit with AI, buddy." It's like, man, you talk about a tongue lashing.
Okay, now I got to ask, what Florida law and federal law has any of us violated?
Well, here we are. Legal violations. Okay. Your conduct violates multiple provisions, including but not limited to the following: defamation and libel. Well, under Florida statute 836.01, let's look up 836.01.
That damn squid is a mastermind. Oh,
oh my God. Let me get this to ChatGPT. It's got
oh my goodness.
Oh, it's got this new stuff. So, hey, that same person.
The woman reads legal documents, and the way they're making her sound is like she's some kind of evil, oh my goodness, some master criminal. The publication of false and defamatory statements.
Is it a satire? This thing reads less like cease and desist and more like, "Dear YouTube, please stop noticing us." A few parts are especially funny. First, it demands removal of any and all content that merely references, depicts, discuss, or concerns Leslie Federico's and Michael Federico's. Not defamatory content, not false content, not private content, just content that concerns them. It's basically saying, I'd like a legal order against being discussed. Then it immediately claims that they're private citizens, while simultaneously being litigants, filing lawsuits, injunctions, motions, appeals, now sending legal threats out to YouTubers covering litigation. And the next part sounds like a movie trailer. You're operating in concert with Jeremy Hales and other YouTube content creators in a coordinated campaign. Every time I read operating in concert in one of those letters, I imagine a giant corkscrew with a red string connecting random YouTube channels. Then there's the anonymous channel section, we'll file this against you, your anonymity won't protect you, which has major, we don't know who you are, but we're very angry about it. Energy. And the demand section goes off the rails. It doesn't say remove false statements. It says remove all videos, posts, clips, shorts, community posts, or anything that mentions reference to pics or concerns Leslie and Michael Federico's. Imagine sending that to a court reporter or newspaper or someone reading court filings, which we're doing. Remove all content where you mention me. That's not usually how public controversy works. My favorite line, it says, might be the preservation demand. Preserve all communications with Jeremy Hales and other YouTube content creators, which accidentally makes it sound like it's some secret YouTube Illuminati conference call taking place every Tuesday. The overall vibe is page 1, you're all part of a massive coordinated conspiracy. Page 2, you're also anonymous. Page 3, we don't know who you are. Page 4, also stop talking about us forever. And the funniest contrast is with the protective order motion that I showed earlier. In that filing, the complaint was essentially that people were discussing court filings publicly. Then this letter goes out to YouTubers demanding that they don't discuss them all together. That's why a lot of readers would probably summarize both documents and say, well, the internet's talking about us. We'd like a judge to make it stop, which that makes a tough legal argument. That's what ChatGPT says about it. I've been giving it the whole case, so it's caught up on it's not just this document. I've been asking it what it thinks about, because some of this stuff is pretty funny. It is. Some of it is pretty freaking funny. So let's see, 836.01. That's what they're going with. The defamation stuff. Let's see. 836. Chapter 836. Wait a minute. It's 836.01.
Yeah, 0.01.
Yeah, isn't that the wait? Is that the punishment area? No, let me look that up again. Is that the punishment area for libel?
I don't know, but I don't see where she's getting, false and defamatory statements out of reading documents.
Wait. Let me ask this. Let me ask it because I'm confused about something. Isn't that the punishment section for libel? The section itself? Just humor me for a minute. I just want to know something.
Go for it. Yeah.
Okay, so 836.01 is titled libel penalty. So if you look up 836.01, it's punishment for libel. That's the section name. Look, check this out. This is what I mean. So they're like, you don't do that under this. Okay, well, the section is, this is punishment for libel. That's what 836.01 is. You see it there. So they're not actually quoting under 836. They're not quoting the actual part with the statute where it tells you, this is what libel is. Nope. They just, again, under Florida statute 836.01, the publication of false and defamatory statements of fact constitute libel and is actual. No, that's not what that says. That's actually not the right place. That's not where we're going to.
Now, be careful, Tug. She's got all these papers that are framed, from when she used to be a lawyer. Be careful.
Man. Good God, man. These people, they hurt my brain.
Now, what you just pulled up there a minute ago in the blue.
Yeah.
Did that say a misdemeanor down there?
Yeah. Well, this is again, what they're trying to say. See, this is something totally different though than what they're doing with this. They're trying to play the civil liability game, which So your content contains false statements of fact presented as truth to your audience, which have damaged the reputation of both these fools. Which statements? Like, by the way, what statements exactly? Well, all your content. See, that's what these clowns, that's the other thing that these clowns pull. They're like, delete everything. What exactly is defamatory towards you? Well, everything. Anything that uses my name.
I was just fixing to ask you about that. When it comes to cease and desist, aren't they asking you to do specific
Typically, yes.
It's like they're trying to use a broad brush and just stroke over everything that you say or do and claim that.
Again, you can sue people over just about anything. These fucking people, by the way, I doubt they want a giant legal battle because, it costs money. It costs money to serve people. It would cost money to depose people. It costs money to do all kinds of stuff. And if they get into some dragged out legal campaign, and I tell you, you've seen the speed at which the legal system moves. Yeah, it's going to be drudgery and it costs. You've seen them cost Jeremy Hales a butt ton of money. Even if they're filing their own garbage filings, they still got to pay plenty of money to go out and to fight. And they get hit with something like an anti-slap suit. They get fucking around. Because the first thing I'd point out is who these people are. I'd be like, man, well, here's 50 pages of this guy getting in trouble because, is AI likes to write his stuff. And then here's her. Well, yeah. She's retired in lieu of discipline. Let's talk about what happened there. So we'd get into that. And I don't think they want that. I don't think they want a really public fight like that because you want to talk about looking bad and embarrassing. Have you ever read her her problems, like what she got in trouble for? Have you ever gone through it and read it?
It's been so long ago since.
Hey,
But I've been looking into a lot of this anti-slap stuff, listening to you and everything. And from what I've learned, it's basically where people are trying to shut someone down for their own opinions and their own speech. Okay. And you use the anti-slap to counter that. I don't see how it would not be perfect opportunity for Squid to use anti-slap against them. I mean, Squid doesn't do anything to these people. She just reads documents. She's not out here trashing them. Okay. She's not out here making fun of them 24/7. So if they filed a lawsuit, I think Squid would have a damn good anti-slap against them, wouldn't she?
Yeah, I believe so. Yes. I don't think they'd want to fight anyway. I mean, again, they're talking about, damaging the reputation. I mean, right now, it's as much as they've done, it's stayed pretty contained, because they shut it down pretty quickly. But if it gained notoriety, what would happen? One of the worst sins, it's just like this stuff that 2L's talking about. One of the worst sins is trying to shut down people's ability to speak, and it would destroy them. Now, as far as these people, I just don't think they would want to have their actual history thrown out there in legal documents that anybody could point to and be like, yep, this is that person. This is what's there. There's been a lot of SEO when they talk about search engine optimization, and filing documents to in the court and then dropping them. That's all for name recognition. That's not, that's not them wanting to go. Like they've said before, well, if you're going to that level, you're dropping court documents out there to shut down people talking. Well, that's because you want to have the last word. So let's see. Invasion of privacy.
Privacy? You come on social media and then you want to claim privacy.
Indeed.
For Christ's sake, she oh my God, never mind. I'm not going there.
Private information about these two to a large audience without their consent in a manner that is highly offensive to a reasonable purpose and serves no legitimate public interest. What private facts?
Yeah, it's a public docket.
What private? I mean, well, not just that. I mean, again, she inserted herself as a legal authority. She sent out items that talked about legal opinions on a case. So people are allowed to look at that person and say, who exactly is this person?
Well, no doubt.
What's their background? And when you look and you find out, that they retire in lieu of, when you start reading about all of this stuff, you start finding out that there's a few things missing from the discussion.
Oh, now here this one's false light.
Yeah, false light. They you portray them in a false and misleading light, causing harm. What false light? What false and misleading light? What is
what harm? At what point have they been caused any harm? I mean, they need to worry about the 2 house foreclosures they're going through.
Hey,
look who's there.
Zelda.
Yeah, I'm playing some Zelda. What you doing?
I was playing Zelda.
Oh, you playing Zelda? You playing Breath of the Wild?
Yep. Everyone, I've been playing Zelda.
Yep, she's getting good at Zelda too.
But I've been eating food. I've been trying to eat food a lot.
Yeah,
I'm almost gonna die. Like I only have, you know what I mean? Like picks off a heart.
Yeah, you're talking about eating food in the game, of course.
Yeah.
Don't want people thinking you're starving or something.
Yeah, but it's in the game.
That'd be the next false lie. Be like, oh, it's starving.
Yeah.
Well, now she is the cupcake monster. She liking the cupcakes.
So you have been playing and you're pretty good, aren't you? You've been cooking your own food on the game.
You mean eating the cooked food that you had?
Yeah, well, you took over one of my saves, so yeah.
Yeah. I went to like one day, you know, like
You've done good, man.
You know the houses that you're talking about, like the villages in the game.
Yeah, yeah. Mhm.
But I always waited for like the arrows.
Really?
Yeah, but I got so many fire arrows and
Yes.
normal arrows and bomb arrows in the game.
I'm trying to catch that dragon. I can't catch him.
But I've been trying to get good loot so I can get him good.
Oh, you have been?
Yeah, I've been trying to get good loot so I can get them.
That's a good idea. All right, we'll go play. It's a lazy day, right?
Hey everyone.
All right, well, hey, go do your thing for real. Okay? Love you.
Hey, you too. Have you ever played Zelda, anyone?
Yes, a lot of them have played Zelda
How do you know?
because a lot of people have played Zelda. It is a very popular game. You know?
Oh, yeah.
Are you having a good day today?
Am I having a good day or are they having a good day?
A day.
They, oh, yeah. Of course. Hey, you need to go upstairs, though, so we can finish our thing.
The color of your clock.
What?
Look,
No, don't change that. Don't change that. It's a very important color.
Why? It's just blue.
I'm messing with you. I've got oh, I heard you hit your hand on that. Ooh, that didn't sound fun.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, that didn't feel good, did it?
I made a rainbow mode.
Yeah, I know. You hit your hand on it too when you went to swing it around.
Yeah, I was trying to get under.
Like, oh, look, I've been catching the dragon. Look at that.
Oh, you can get a boy.
Yeah, you are such a nut.
And you are not too.
Me, I'm a nut. Are you sure? All right. Hey, go upstairs, Afro.
Hey, everyone. Have a good day.
All right. You have a good day, too. Okay. Thank you, baby.
I love you.
I love you, too, baby. Yes, please. She's so funny, though. She's way too cute.
Right on, right on.
Yeah, there's a little clock over here. I've got a clock, that changes LED colors. That's what she was talking about. She's like, I'm going to change that color. I was like, no, it's an important color. But anyway, all right. So public disclosure of private facts. Again, I don't know. False light. What false and misleading thing? I'm just curious. What exactly, again? What that would be, what exactly could and the intrusion upon seclusion,
False and misleading light to your audience. What was she got? She talking about Squid having a flashlight or something?
Well, what's funny is, I mean, when they're claiming when they're claiming certain things, you have to have elements to it. All right. Like when you're talking intrusion upon seclusion, you need unauthorized intrusion. The defendant intentionally intruded physically or electronically. That'd be like hidden cameras, wiretapping, etc. Yeah, for private matters. I mean, again, what exactly? Home, locked rooms, medical. I mean, what are we talking about? If you look up what these things are and what she's talking, I have no idea what the hell she thinks would work for that.
You got to remember, Squid is a criminal monster mind. So
apparently, Squid, you must have some content I missed.
I'm this is interesting.
It's just people will send out blanket threats to try to get people to not speak. Now, one of the things this does answer a couple of questions, I believe, in my opinion, on is where ideas for cease and desist have suddenly flowed from. You've had a bunch of idiots getting together and talking about how their next get rich scheme is to go after and harass YouTubers, which if that backfires, it will backfire spectacularly. You know, again, I would not take legal advice from somebody that that has been in trouble. Almost most of these people have not just been in trouble. Like, you're talking about some bad troubles, you know? Like, I mean, Lord. It's just amazing. Anybody would legally reference some of these folks. I've seen them asking, like when I saw LP asking for paint chips, legal advice. It's like, why would you do? You know, he's disbarred, right? I mean, you do understand what that means, yeah.
Well, she goes with the philosophy, it's free, it's for me type of thing, you know. So she doesn't care if he spent 4 years in prison. She doesn't care if he's been disbarred. The fact that he was once a lawyer, that's all she cared about.
I mean, free is free, I guess. It's terrible. That's a terrible philosophy, by the way. You know? I mean, man, if I find some Cheetos in the garbage, they're free too, but I don't think I want to eat them, you know? I don't know, some of those dumpster Cheetos. Dumpster Cheetos. Yeah. Oh, that sounds awful. Oh. Let's see. Tortious interference with employment. Your conduct has interfered with Leslie Federico's employment and professional relationships. Under Florida law, like I said, this woman came out and quite literally blamed people. I can't wait. You pull me into a fucking court. First of all, like I said, Leslie and Michael, I'll pull up where you assholes said some horrendous things about me. And you did it while you're being sued, which is even worse. But on top of that, you went and promoted the notion that all of us called a school with no proof whatsoever. And in fact, you said you didn't have any proof. They went out and she said, oh, I don't know if Doug was involved. So at first she puts out there that she has no idea. And then suddenly all of that washes away. And I kept that. I kept those statements because she went from, I don't know, to, yep, they certainly all did this. And again, no proof. And she didn't even do that. She also shopped it around to the Fats and other people. I mean, God, look at the stuff they aimed at people like Rosalind too. My Lord. They've lied about Megan Fox. I mean, the Fats keep lying too, but part of that comes from Leslie, where they're like, Megan admitted to calling her school. No, that never happened.
I don't know of anybody that admitted calling anyone.
I thought that was so jacked up. Wait, admitted calling? She didn't even call I called the police like in that area. I called the police when I heard that my name was being brought up at something. I wanted to know if there was an investigation for sure. You know, I mean, right. It's not like the idiot over here too calling the police and saying, oh, these people are, showing FOIA. Like, oh my God. No, it's that's next level. And again, that's yet another thing that I think they forget how bad their claims are. And the counter lawsuit with that, oh my God. Megan's got a very nice, juicy claim with that one too. They're like, oh my God, Megan Fox showed where I talked smack about her. Oh no. Well, meanwhile, you talked smack about her. Anyway.
Now, isn't the definition of defamation basically if you know the truth but you lie about it anyway? That's defamation.
Yeah, actually,
that's just the quick and dirty version.
No, what they would be operating under is because again, they are at least limited purpose public figures. That's what you're talking about. You're talking about under defamation with actual malice. What they would need with actual malice, that would be with reckless disregard. So it would either be that they did it knowing it was false, or they did it with reckless disregard, meaning that a person didn't care what the truth was.
Gotcha.
You know? Yeah, because they are definitely, no matter what they want to say, they are not private individuals. They would have a real problem making that argument. You know, they brought lawsuits themselves and doing all of this stuff again. That they inserted themselves into something very high profile, and they were pretty vocal. And not only does she do that, but she drops it, and then she plays that victim card where she's like, "Oh well, I did it because threats. I dropped it. Yeah, threats. That's it. Threats.
What threats?
Oh, it's such bullshit. Oh wow.
Now,
So if there were threats, by the way, then why did you drop us the first time and re-add us? Like, that's where the real weird questions come in, you know?
Right. I think she was going for a third time too, wasn't she?
No, she did
I
not.
know she went after 3 of you, then she went after 4 of you, and then I think the third time
she added,
talking about adding Shizzy like the third time, but I don't think she ever did, right?
Yeah, she added people, but what she did was she actually dropped some of us from the lawsuit. So she dropped myself and Megan, just dropped us out of the lawsuit. Then she came back and re-added us again. So she didn't, she didn't just add more people. When you add people, that's not like a new action or whatever. But what she was doing, she took us out of a lawsuit. She put in something saying she was dropping us. But then, she kept playing that whole, I can do whatever. I can bring you back whenever. You can't do anything. You can't talk about anything or whatever, or else I could sue you forever. For the next few years, I get to do X, Y, and Z. It's like, no, you don't get to hold shit like that over my head. You don't get to play that game with me, and pretend that you kind of own me for the next few years. That's not how that works. And Megan was the same way. She's like, no, you don't get to do that.
So now, how does this torturous interference come into play?
I don't. What the fuck are they even talking about? I believe so. When she was fired from her schooling, from what I understood, she was fired within her 90 days. So that right there, she could be fired for anything. They could fire you for pretty much anything they want, right? So they don't have to give cause.
Oh, especially in the state of Florida. It's a right to work state here. You can go into work and they can just tell you leave.
Yeah,
they don't have to have a reason.
And I believe that's pretty much the way they went. So unless there's a document that I have not seen that is floating around there, that's the way that it went. So, that's how I understand it as far as investigation for litigation purposes too. Because we have been definitely looking into that. We've been looking into a lot. Because again, her claim, did we start looking at it with the school? You better damn well believe we did. You want to say that kind of stuff, and then again, we're getting into litigation. You want to play the whole the lie game? Hell yeah! I want to make sure that anything they said, again, it just starting to look into this. No wonder they want to shut down anybody that talks about this stuff, because anybody that starts looking into it, they're going to find the answers don't align with a lot of what they said. That's for sure. But
she just doesn't want to take responsibility for being a nutbag and losing her job. I mean, there's nothing like getting a new job, and within the first 90 days, not even 90 days, you're filming students, putting them on the internet, you're creating havoc throughout social media. I don't see any school that would want to keep you around doing that kind of stuff.
Well, and any other okay, prospective employment relationship. What employment are we talking about now? Because the only thing I've seen for a while is this person, sitting around on social media. They started up multiple YouTube channels. Then they do their MO. They built them up. I kept every one of those streams, by the way. So, kept all of that. In fact, actually, fun times with this. People were paying so much attention to it. Give me 1 second. It'll take me a minute. Some of these are so bizarre. Like, look at some of these videos, shorts. Like, look at that. What is up with, these are actual, like, screenshots from this. Like, what is happening there, Leslie? That's where her filter is half on, half off. Look at it. It's crazy.
Oh, my God. All right. Give me a second here.
That looks like, that's crazy business.
Oh,
that's what happened. Because you can see the filter is half on the bottom, half off. It's like her nose turned sideways and it widened one part out. That's some crazy business.
Oh my goodness.
That is some strange stuff. Also, you want to talk about fucking around. Okay, well, if you want to say that kind of stuff, you remember her coming out and saying, let's see, which Pro Hales member could be a felon? So you came out and noted us all and said, maybe this person's a felon. Well, I hate to tell you, piece of shit, but one of the things, like the damage that they've tried to do with jobs, again, I've never had any problem with the law whatsoever. So them playing that, that, how else do you think? Again, she didn't just put in channel name either. She makes sure to put in the name with it. She wants this to be a search engine optimized term. Oh, this person could be a felon. There's a point to them doing this stuff. She put this stuff everywhere. People kept it. They kept hundreds of these are hundreds of pages over. This was, by the way, 8 days. 210 pages worth of crazy for 8 days. There was a 3-day period where she put up over 300 videos in that 3-day period.
Yeah, I was talking to somebody about that today. 15 years I've been doing this, and she at one point had more videos in less than a year than I had in the entire 15 years I've been doing this.
Yeah, 300 videos. It would, even at my most prolific, that would have been 100 days worth of content.
Wow.
Yeah, I was doing 2 videos in a live stream. So that'd have been 100 days worth of content. Like, that's crazy to think about, She did it in 3 days. And the only reason it slowed down was because she ended up getting struck because of something that she put up.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's news.
That was because she put up that crazy ththing about Megan. So what did she do? Oh, she just started putting it up on another channel. So, this is for, again, when 2L talks about suing Megan, this is the person they brought on. They talked about putting out all of this stuff. Again, SEO, they talked about search engine optimization. They talked about making statements about Megan Fox and how basically to do the most damage. And they discuss it just openly. So it's pretty wild to think that the person that does this, again, though, she's like, could it be, again, who's the felon? Could it be Megan Melissa Fox, Tug, who is Mother Louise, or Shazay was not? Could it be Hip Horse Face? Again, you look at this stuff. And she's advertising her, yeah, we're gonna do our show, with Michael on this too these days. By the way, and yeah, that show was just absolutely crazy as well. That was the show. Whoops, wrong document. Jeez, I got too many documents open. Give me a second. I gotta find my way back. There it is. I have half the ones open from yesterday as well. A minute here. What in the world is that?
Filter gone wrong.
No, I saw your fish on the
filter gone images.
Wrong. I saw that extra image there. I was like, what is that?
That's a filter gone wrong.
That is funny.
That's what we went fishing for the other day.
Is it?
But when you showed, never mind. When you showed the filter, the messed up filters, that's what it reminded me of.
I'm gonna pull that up. I am. I'll pull it up. Oh, that's cute.
That's a good eating fish right there.
Is it?
Yeah. Oh yeah, that's a sheep's head. They're huge.
I like his teeth.
Yeah.
Sexy.
You dang sure don't want to get bit by one of them. I'll tell you that.
I'm sure. Like,
they literally eat those hard barnacles off of pilings. Them suckers is like baby alligators. I mean, with human teeth.
It does look like that filter gone wrong, though. It really does.
That's what I was cackling about a while ago.
I just thought it was fun when DJ Redis posted this. It was going through everything. I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Are they really going to try to play the private individuals when I mean, again, 300 videos, and she'd have a real problem going out and making any of these points. But again, it's not about making the point, it's about making the threat.
Right.
Because a lot of people, they will buckle under the, oh man, I mean, I get it. It scares a lot of people. I get it.
Well, if you're not doing anything wrong, you shouldn't let it scare you. But I can see where it would, getting served like this to somebody that really doesn't know any better. You know what I mean?
Well, even with that, I mean, you're talking about people. One of the ways that folks like this, they manage to keep everything under wraps is they will, they'll make a threat like that. And when they do it, they're telling you, we're going to get into lawfare. We're going to get into costing you money. Because they can file all kinds of shit. They'll exploit any knowledge of the law. That's one of the problems with some of these pro se jackasses. Like they go out and they exploit, a disbarred or in lieu of discipline or any of that, when the bar stops watching you anymore, a lot of these people, they'll misuse that. And that's what they're threatening to do. They're threatening to run up costs on certain people. And you just, after a while, you have to be like, well, fuck it. If you do this stuff, you have to be ready to play. And like I said, I'm ready to play. I mean, if we have to, we have to. I don't sue people because it's a waste. Like, these people have nothing. There's nothing to take from them. Plus, I don't give a shit. Like, honestly, like these people, they have no power over me, but, like with Jeremy Hales, he was under the mistaken impression that taking these people to court would stop their behavior. And it didn't slow their behavior down.
It amplified it.
Yeah, well, and he thought that when you do this, it doesn't just stop behavior. He thought it would stop what they do because somebody would step in and say, oh, you can't do this, you can't do that. Man, even getting it to the court, you see how slow this stuff is.
Right. And I mean, most of this stuff, he's never even gotten to discovery on any of it.
Oh, no. I mean, got nowhere with it. And that's a shame, man. That is an absolute shame that you can't even get your stuff looked at. I kind of hate that for, I hate that for anybody, but I really hate it when somebody's just trying to preserve their business. And then you have this just nest of vipers that step in, and they do their damnedest to cause you problems. So civil harassment and cyber stalking. Statute, blah, 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 prohibits cyber stalking, defined as engaging in a course of conduct to communicate words or images directed at a specific person, causing substantial emotional distress with no legitimate purpose. There's plenty of legitimate newsworthy purpose for everything here. And on top of that, of course, the intent is not to cause emotional distress. If it distresses them to hear about the past and what they do, well, I don't know what to tell them. I mean, they've done some fucked up things to people. So
change the channel. It's that simple.
Stop suing your mama.
Yeah.
It's
baffling it's getting to the point to where these people need to step back and realize she put herself into this situation.
They ran a marriage show after she had accused him of DV multiple times. I mean, like, what? I mean, again, you don't think anybody's going to say, hey, what the what?
So, in other words, she's going out. She's filing all of these, what I consider vexatious lawsuits against people. She's trying to be a YouTube star, which means she's putting herself in the public's eye.
Yep.
And then when anyone has an opinion on that, she wants to whip out civil harassment, cyber stalking.
Oh, yeah.
Are you serious? It's a whack job born every minute, let me tell you.
That's how it goes, That is absolutely how it goes,
I mean, you're being raised by good parents all your life, and they're telling you, look, you do stupid stuff and you're going to get caught, or it's going to come back to haunt you one day. And here, ding, ding. She's harassed people enough that it's got her into a lawsuit with you, Megan, Jeremy. And she doesn't want anybody to have the right to discuss that lawsuit.
Well, it's even what's bad about it is, like, for me, I've never gotten a lawsuit with people before. And the reason we get into it, because they would never stop. Ultimately, that's what she was saying. I can continue to sue you. I can do whatever. And I can harass you forever. That's what she was telling. And it was like, no way. I'm not opening, it up where a person can just do whatever for, again, she said, oh, well, I can do that for 2 years. I can, I can do this or I can do that. It's like, no, you can't do that for any years, because if you do it again, we're going to sue you.
Yeah, it's like a school ground, playground bully running around, creating havoc, and then stepping back trying to play the victim.
Yeah, that's exactly what they do. Many of them do. And they also gaslight. I mean, Lord, I read, I watch So You Don't Have To, props, by the way. I like reading their take, which a comedy take on many things. But when you go through these statements, I mean, you look at how these people act or interact. I mean, what they want to do, they'll make just some insane statements. And then, again, they'll throw a fit if a person reacts to it. If they're like, they said this, here's me quoting them. Oh, my God, you used my words, my actual words. And then you debunked them. How dare you? I'm going to sue.
Well, think about it. You take a corn star, makes all these movies, and then 30 years later, when she's fallen off the face of the earth as far as publicity goes, she wants to cry because the whole planet has seen her do this stuff. So it's insane that they would create they're creating the problems that they're complaining about. Because if she hadn't interjected herself into any of this, nobody would even know who she is. Am I wrong?
Well, again, she's made some hellishly big, paydays off of it too. Here's some of the stuff, by the way, just throwing this in. Okay, looking at some of, since she's making these threats here, DJ Radis's post on this. Here's a few of the items. Just a note here. The descriptions by themselves are crazy. I'm going to pull this. Let me make sure there's nothing on there before I pull that up all the way where we can read it. Make sure there's nothing.
Yeah.
Crazy. Okay, so this was a video description. I know I took the screenshot myself. In this, she talks about, oh, look what I'm doing, what all these people are telling her to put in a disclaimer that it's satire and parody. And it doesn't matter, by the way. None of that means anything. It just, for the platform itself, it may potentially help with them hitting something, but not really. The disclaimer doesn't mean it legally means nothing. It means absolutely nothing. But you go in and then look, she's putting in, oh, here's Randy, public record, not conclusive, by the way, not conclusive. So she's saying, I don't know if this is true or not. She puts in all this stuff about Hale's. Oh, it's this criminal record there. Here's about his family, about his divorce. Man, fuck these people. Like, they're nasty people. And then, okay, on top of that's what her video freaking descriptions look like. Okay, this is one of her PR press releases. This is I'm not going to zoom in on that one, but this is one for 2L. I mean, here's some of her stuff for her lives. You'll see, oh, well, here's one of her TikToks under a fake name. Here's her talking about how she was a finalist on Shark Tank, right, on one of her other accounts. Here's some more interviews that were put up. Another interview where, you can see the different types. These are different shows that she's done interviews with. So it looks like there's her actual face, by the way.
Is that a tattooed teardrop under her eye?
That'd be funny if she had one now. Yeah, that'd be funny. But I mean, look at all these are all these different channels that she's gone on. Here's PR release number 1, where she put out one for Mill Toast. Her entire website got archived in there. Here's a bunch of archived video statements. Again, this is this was part of her website that she was running at Legally Leslie. Every Tuesday, she was running a live stream about Hales plus other live streams. Here's more of the stuff from Legally Leslie, plus here's Prism TV. That's another outlet that she put together. Here's Leslie Federico's Esquire. That's another channel. Here's Hodunk Hillbillies, another channel.
Esquire. Was she still a lawyer when that channel got put up?
I'm probably not.
What's up?
What's up? What's up, short round?
That short round.
Huh?
It's on stream.
Yes, I'm on stream. I'll be on for a little while.
Hey, everyone.
Hey, everyone. Hey, everyone. You ticklish monkey. Come here. Give me a kiss on my cheek.
Hey, everyone.
All right. Go upstairs then.
So
you better go enjoy your lazy day. Unless you want to work today.
No.
Yeah. Well, then you better go have fun. I mean, I can put you to work cleaning. There's some dishes, I think, that need to be cleaned. Sissy can do them, huh?
Now, wasn't it not too long ago?
1 second.
Yeah. Oh, she's still in there? I thought she.
No, she's Yeah, she's yelling up the stairs. Yeah, close the door, please. Thank you. She was gone, but she was up the stairs. She's still yelling. It wasn't anything. She can't hear us, but I can't track both of the, when she's yelling.
Right.
Okay. But anyway, what were you saying? Sorry.
Now, isn't she the one that was preaching here not too long ago that if you're not a lawyer, you can't be talking about law?
Yes, exactly.
And here she's got Esquire at the end of her name.
Dude, she was talking about the case with talking about with Bruce and with this other stuff. Remember, she was talking about different items ranging from Fed 1, Fed 2, bankruptcy, and more on her channel. And she was not a lawyer then.
Oh, so she was doing exactly what she's accusing Squid of doing.
Yeah.
She was giving legal advice, and she's not a lawyer, but I don't ever remember Squid giving legal advice. She just gives her opinions on what she's read.
Here's her getting confused and thinking that Emily D. Baker is Rosalind.
I saw somebody say that earlier.
Yeah, this is that 300 video thing. This is part of that. I don't know. Here's the Hodunk Hillbillies. This is some of the playlists. These are the ones I have downloaded. By the way, there's Bully Exterminators. Here's yet another channel that she made with a different name. You can see her videos with Ray and on and on. I mean, you get the picture with this stuff. But I mean, and the point is, this person has put out how much material? And this isn't just random material that is just placed out there on, hey, I like this or this is about specific people. She's done a dozen or more videos on myself, including, like I said, some highly defamatory stuff. And God, on Megan, she's probably done 100 videos or more.
She went after Megan hardcore for a while.
Yeah. I mean, she obsessed. And then went into we can sing songs together and be friends. No, I don't think so. You remember when she was doing all those, she wanted to do sing-alongs and Ray did a sing-along?
Oh my God. Don't remind me.
That was hilarious.
Oh, no. That was...
Oh, that was magical. You have to admit, you loved it.
Yeah.
Coop wrote me and he was like, man, do you think we can get some more of those songs? Do you think you can make that happen?
Oh,
yeah, that's really what happened, Leslie. Coop wants that. So if you like to mail him a few of your songs, he would really like that.
Oh, yeah. I mean, she was singing love poems to Jay there for a while, and oh my God.
He wants you to sing him like Wind Beneath My Wings. Why did you know that you're my hero? Wouldn't that be great? Oh my God, that'd be so bad.
Oh.
If I ever want to not hear a song again, just get it sang by certain people.
Oh, I guess we could turn around and make a CD. Greatest hits.
Yeah. I don't think any of that really defines as greatest, though.
They're probably the greatest hits.
Oh, her singing with Ray was something else. That was pretty amazing. They are both pretty horrible singers. And hearing them together, holy Lord. Okay, so we got civil harassment and cyber stalking, federal cyber stalking and harassment. It is a federal crime to use any interactive computer service or electronic communication service to engage in a course of conduct that causes substantial emotional distress to a person. Your conduct. Yeah, you left a little bit of that out. You know what I mean? Because they're like, oh, well, if I feel like it's a problem. By the way, I'd like you to explain how I could tell the difference between emotional distress with her and her already severe mental problems, which she's talked about many times,
Oh, her ADH or ADA protective stuff?
Yeah. Like, how would I tell that? How do I know that one thing is not caused by that versus this other stuff that she's, shopping around? God, this is nuts. Yeah, so the looking this up, I got some feedback on this. It's a 97-day rule. It's a probationary period for newly hired public teachers. It's under Florida statute. It's 1012.33. They don't have to give any reason for termination whatsoever.
Nope.
So under that's the statute there. So for her though, again, her claims about us were just insane. I'm telling you, that's Megan Fox has quite a bit with that kind of stuff. Jeremy Hales has, again, all that essay claims and more. And then for myself, I have that kind of stuff, plus the grooming claims and much more. So, I mean, we've got plenty. And that's just a little bit, like a little to pop that off with. Your conduct using YouTube to repeatedly target, harass, and publish harmful content about private citizens yet again, and to recruit your audience to do the same, falls squarely within the scope of this federal statute. We'll be referring this matter to federal law enforcement. Right there's a threat. They're saying she's already tried to utilize the FBI before, by the way. She has. She's tried that before. I would love, by the way, absolutely love for any law enforcement that's out there. If you hear this, I would absolutely love to tell you a story about these folks, because it would chill you to hear who you are dealing with. I think any law enforcement that would take these people seriously, I think they may be able to, that story that they sell, well, I think it would fall apart real quick if anybody actually spoke to a person. That's one of the things too. When they talk about law enforcement this and that, law enforcement ain't been reaching out to anybody that I know of.
Nope. That's what I was thinking the other day. I'm sitting here thinking, law enforcement, for the majority of them, a lot of them do a good job. You do have your bad apples, but for the most part, they do their job. And I don't see anyone or anybody in law enforcement that's going to take a complaint like this, like something like this, that isn't going to look at both sides. They're going to look at the person making the complaint just as well as they're going to look at everybody else. The minute they look at these people, they're going to say, you know what? And then you never hear anything else about it.
Yeah, well, that's the thing. Like when you start looking into any of these people, you start to find some pretty shady shit about all of them. And you can understand why they wouldn't want people talking about them,
It's crazy. I don't understand it, with all of the nonsense that a lot of these people have done, that they would willingly invite law enforcement into their lives, because I'm gonna tell you, they're not going to investigate just the people you have a problem with. They're going to investigate you too, to see if there's any validity in what you're saying.
Well, that's going to be their problem. They may be able to sell a story as well to law enforcement as long as they don't talk to anyone else.
Right.
If they ever get around to talking to anybody else, if it gets to that point, I thought it was crazy to hear them state that it didn't matter that if law enforcement, if you tell them about scams, they won't investigate it. And he's like, are you saying that like Sumter County will not investigate fraud from these? That's one hell of a statement,
Yeah,
that's one hell of a statement to make. Interstate harassment. When I hear that, it makes me think of like harassment on the highway. It's just the way it sounds.
They're trying to pull in cross state lines is what they're trying to do.
Well, like I said, it's funny when these people, they make threats about this, and some of the stuff that they've done is crazy business. The shit that they pulled with Hales alone was just absolutely bonkers.
Oh, I remember a lot of that.
To accuse somebody of SA and then delete the accusations and pretend it all just went away.
Oh, make the accusations, but stick around. Instead of calling law enforcement, stick around and help with the storage unit. Yeah.
That was insane.
Yeah. Okay.
Of course, again, they want to shut that down. I kept those for sure. But federal law under 47 USC 22.3 prohibits using telecommunication devices to harass any specific person. Your use of the internet and YouTube to target and harass both of these idiots across state lines implicates this. Yeah, no. Not even. It's so dumb. That's beyond stupid. Them throwing that out there. I mean, this is beyond. So again, what this has become is an intimidation tactic, and I think it's pretty transparent at this point.
Telecommunication devices to harass any specific person. I like I said, as far as I know, well, I'm aware of, Squid reads documents and gives her opinion. I don't think she's got some secret telecommunication device.
Well, she's allowed to have opinions. We are allowed to have. These people brought their own cases too. They brought, not one again, but two against like myself, Megan Fox. You can look at that stuff. You can start looking into who these people are that are making claims. You have absolutely every right to do that. They didn't think that anybody would actually look into. That's what we do. Many of us, that's exactly what we do. We look into cases. So to think that people wouldn't do that, well, that's their bad. That's not my bad. That's not your bad. That's their bad because they didn't look into who and what they were fucking around with before they did that. Now, I like the John Doe. Again, I don't know who all they send these things to, So
I didn't get one, so I don't think I have anything on my channel that's got anything to deal with her titled in it, so she can pound sand.
Your identity and John Doe filing. We are presently aware that your legal name is unknown to us. Be advised that we will be filing this action against you as John Doe in the court of the state of Florida. Upon filing, we will promptly issue a subpoena to YouTube, Google LLC for all subscriber records, account information, IP address. Again, this is them threatening doxing.
Yep. That's the way I take it.
That is, it's an intimidation. All this is intimidation tactic. This is a different type of intimidation tactic. They're saying, we'll find out all your information and we'll give it to people.
Now, in order to do what they're claiming they're going to do with YouTube, that requires a subpoena from a judge, does it not?
Yes.
Okay. In order to get a subpoena, you have to pay. Do you not?
Well, you not just have to get that. You actually have to have a judge say, yeah, you know what? I'm going to let you do this because YouTube is going to be like, fuck right off, with any kind of demand. That's what they're going to do. Like all these places, that's what they do. They're going to be like, no, thank you. So
now the only way they're getting anything from YouTube is by a court order. Because if they don't, just like you said, YouTube's going to say pound sand, period. But it would be interesting. I mean, these are the folks that don't have not one house, but two houses in foreclosure. And they're talking about suing people.
Yeah. Well, like I said, they're having some real problems.
Now, if I remember correctly, didn't she file for divorce on her husband? And that's
filed.
still in the courts? Or am I
believe
mistaken that
I
get
believe
dropped?
that's not in the court anymore. I believe they dropped.
Got dropped.
Yeah, but I mean, they've filed multiple times for. It wasn't just one time, They filed multiple times. I mean, she made some accusations against him too. It's the interesting thing. And like I said, they had the audacity to sit around and give marriage advice while doing that.
Yeah, I don't understand how people can make some of the horrendous accusations about their paramour, and then those paramours stick around. I mean, we've got one individual, he's been accused of numerous things by his paramour, and he's still there. It doesn't make sense.
Well,
They're pretty horrendous accusations.
Both of these people, they have allowed themselves to be accused of some pretty heinous shit. Like for me, man, you get that. I mean, what the bad thing about it is that it wasn't just the allegation portion like that. It was the allegations were made, and then these people they sit around and they eat it like it's no big deal. I mean, you've got a person putting on file that you committed this heinous act. You talk about reputational damage. There it is. That's real reputational damage.
I mean, we've got the one couple. It's not been filed in a court of law, the accusations they made about their paramour, but this individual has literally, like you said, filed cases
numerous times. Yeah, made songs about it too.
Holy cow!
Yeah, I mean, they've definitely gone. This relationship has gone to the point of, if you just look up some of the filings there, you don't even have to see the filing. You see the headline, and the headline is damning. It's damage. That they're the kind of things, again, just like, wow, are you going to let that sit? Oh yeah, it got dropped. Well, who gives a shit? So you telling me anytime the person gets mad, they're going to go out and accuse you of something terrible? Or did you do it? Either way, that is concerning. That should be very concerning, because one of these people is a liar. One of them is either a monster and a liar because they're out here playing this game, telling everybody everything's great. Or, well, you've got somebody that's a spousal abuser, and that should be concerned. But again, one thing I've learned with any of these antis is they don't give a shit about any of that kind of stuff.
No. I mean, there's literal FOIA requests out there of certain individuals calling the police because their husband turned off the internet. There's court records showing that divorces were being filed, but yet they want to turn around and accuse people of things that they've done that are far worse than anything I've read here. I mean, I don't see anything that you've read here being done to them.
Well, I mean, again, what they're really saying is, how dare you talk about us, in our filings and the stuff we've done a lot. That's what I'm hearing from any of this. How dare you talk about us in a light that we don't like? And will they threaten you? Yeah. I mean, again, they can file a lawsuit, but these people are notorious about filing lawsuits and then dropping them. Like, it kind of, it just defeats that purpose,
Can we say vexatious?
I mean, that is some vexatious shit. That's why. That's exactly why they're in court now. Because, yeah, I mean, that is the epitome of terrible. Nobody should have to put up with that either.
So right here is basically threats of more vexatious litigant.
Yes. That's how I take it.
She's in court right now for that.
Yep.
She didn't learn anything from the first one.
Well, they don't learn anything, period. Learn? I mean, what are you talking about, man? I mean, shit, you know? So, but they're like, hey, we'll dox you, you know? Upon filing, we will get a hold of that. All this, they're going to dox you. It's a well-established legal process, and courts routinely compel platforms to disclose the identities of anonymous users engaged in defamation. Or your anonymity will not protect you. Like I said, you go out and dox somebody. I will make fucking sure that they have every tool at their disposal, not just to fight, but on top of that, that they will have all the tools in their disposal to come after you because you have told them that, again, you're basically threatening. I know what these people do. You know, it's life ruinization.
Well, basically, from what I'm seeing here, even though this was served on Squid, it's basically trying to take action against anyone on YouTube that has the audacity to speak about court records or court motions or read anything. Does she not think that this
anything
affects
pertaining to them for sure? You know,
right?
Oh my God.
So I'm not a law tuber, okay, and there are a lot of law tubers out there that make their living off of reading these, documents. Even though they're not talking about Leslie Ann for Puerto Ricos, that's how they're making their living. She doesn't think that these YouTubers would not stand in solidarity against some garbage like this.
They absolutely would. You know,
and you're talking hundreds, if not thousands, of law tubers out there. Because there's a lot of people that really stand behind, the First Amendment. And to me, that's what it seems like she's going after right here is people's First Amendment rights.
Yeah, and we all have the right. Again, these documents are public facing for a reason, and we have the right to go through them. Everybody does. These people filed lawsuits that, again, when you start looking into what's happened with this, it becomes really interesting. And I think a lot more people that they're taking the chance that more people will be interested in this as well. And hey, woe be it unto them if they do that. That could go really bad for them too. So here's their demands. Okay. You're hereby formally demanded to do all of the following within 10 days. 10 days. Immediately remove all videos, posts, clips, shorts, community posts, and other content on your YouTube channel that mentions reference to pics or concerns either one of these people. So again, everything, not defamatory material, in everything. See, this makes it very clear if you went forward with a lawsuit. It's the same thing with any of these other cease and desists that have been sent. They're like, oh, can't talk about now. They can talk about you. They can attack you. They can talk shit about you. And they may have, depending on the person, they may have done it for quite some time. But you don't have the right to talk about them. Immediately cease and desist from publishing any new content referencing, depicting, or concerning Leslie Federico's or Michael Federico's on any platform. Immediately cease and desist from coordinating with, encouraging or directing your audience or any third parties to harass, contact, research, or publish content about these too. So you can't even tell people, hey, maybe you should look into these folks because they're, just because. Maybe you should look into them.
Do these people realize where we live?
Oh, they don't give a shit. They like to threaten.
I mean, we literally have things here that protect us from this kind of idiocy right here.
Well, they think, see, a lot of people they've run into, though, they're not able to defend themselves from stuff like this, because again, it comes with a price tag. Freedoms come with a price. Protecting your freedoms come with a price tag too. People can pull you into some bullshit. You have to fight them. You will have to fight them, and it will cost money. But that's the thing. Like, that's the message to these folks. They've thought that if they threaten enough people, that it'll back you off, and that's just that can't be the reality of it. I get it too. Like, I'm not saying anything. If there's a person that, again, it's like, wow, I can't deal with that. I can't take the chance. I get it, man. I understand, but it shouldn't be that way.
No.
I mean, you're talking about, it's just amazing that you have this group of people, especially with some of the clowns that are involved here, where they're trying to shut down speech. Because you've got a cast here. You've definitely got an assortment. When you look at it, I remember Leslie. Remember, she wanted to criminalize you, saying that she was, at first she was saying, well, I don't want anybody being able to say I was disbarred. Okay. Well, we started talking about her retirement in lieu of discipline. Oh no, that's false. That's not false. It actually says it. You said it in your own words. I kept it. So even she said it. So, there was a time when she was trying to shut that down too. And I mean, that's something else. They've tried to shut down all kinds of discussion.
If you think about it, Tug, they don't even remember. I don't think they remember the origin of where all of this began. Remember Judge Grudge?
Oh, yeah.
He took Jeremy's ability. He took his first, Second Amendment rights away from him during, what was it? That Lynette's protection order she was trying to get?
Yep.
That sparked all of the YouTube.
You know how bad something has to be to get a judge removed too?
Yeah, I can imagine.
It doesn't have, people were under the opinion, because they saw the Judge Grudge stuff happen. They were of the opinion that it happens easy, if these judges are bad, when when they were talking about the Fed judge, we were talking about how hard it would be, but I think a lot of people were like, man, it can't be that hard. Look at what happened here. Well, that doesn't happen that often, but it tells you how bad something had to be. So let's see. Immediately cease and desist. Immediately, again, research. That's amazing. Preserve all records related to your content concerning these two, including but not limited to analytics, communications with Jeremy Hales and any other YouTube content creator, and any records identifying your collaborators in this conduct.
Collaborators. That's hilarious.
Consequences of non-compliance. Should you fail to comply with each of the above demands within 10 days, be advised that we will take the following actions without further notice. We'll file a civil lawsuit in the courts, state of Florida, naming you as a defendant, initially as John Doe, asserting claims of defamation, libel, invasion of privacy, tortious interference with employment, civil harassment, stalking, and all other applicable causes of action. You'll be required to retain legal counsel and defend yourself in court at your own expense. There, at your own expense. That's again, it's lawfare threats. We are going to cost you money. Again, make them, anybody there, first of all, you make them serve you, because they have to pay for service. They have to pay for, court reporter. They have to pay for all kinds of stuff in the process there. It will be a pain in their ass. And that assumes, again, they get past a certain point. If they cost you money as well, the garbage that they're trying to pull, especially after, again, Leslie Federigas and some of her claims about other people. It's it's very easy to go out and to note who these people are and what they're trying to do and keep it in there. Again, I'm not trying to give you advice either. You decide what your risk level is with these folks, but they're going to pull this with a lot of people. They're back to doing the same fucking thing that they did before. It's the exact same thing that happened last time. They're making demand. Again, this isn't a demand it's a demand to pull down every single thing and never mention them again, ever, or else. Fuck all that noise, I mean, this is somebody who linked up with Volpe and paint chips, That's the amazing thing to me, too. I mean, these people, they defame like it's going out of style.
It's insane.
It is.
I think you're 100% right, though. I think they're trying to intimidate and scare Squid and
whomever else. Anybody gets in this stuff, too, Just, I mean, again, and they decide what level of exposure they're comfortable with, because it's it's not my money that, ultimately that I can't tell you what to do, what you're comfortable with, but I can tell you that if they do this stuff, you definitely, if you end up giving in to one idiot, you might as well assume you're going to give in to every one of them,
Yep.
Because they're all going to come for you that way. You're never going to be able to cover a damn thing. I think it's funny. I've been finding out that certain drama tubers out there too have been telling people that they should do some of this kind of stuff. And I thought that was really funny considering, certain drama tubers out there, they make videos about all types of other people and go after them all the time. Certain antis, again, they're some of the whiniest fucking people I've ever seen in my life. We will name Jeremy Hales and all other YouTube content creators acting in concert with you as co-defendants in the same action. And we will pursue counterclaims and independent claims against all of them simultaneously. Bring it. Bring it, mofo. You bring it. Again, Michael Ferdery, I swear to God, that shit that you guys, again, you said that I had groomed a child for marriage. I kept the video. Your ass pulled that down. I will slap a fucking defamation suit on you so fast it will make your fucking head spin. This threat right here, you know what? Like I said, I think tomorrow I'm going to work on my bar complaint then. I think I am. You want to threaten me? Fuck all that noise. You already did this twice. So you're going to sue me again? Haven't you already done that twice?
Did you get one of these?
No, but it's like, and all other YouTube creators. So you know how this is. They're saying all of us that are working with that. You know how that is. That's their threats. That's how they always do it.
Well, they're trying to put us all under one umbrella, and we're not. Every single creator,
they do this
independent.
Time. No, they've never actually sent me anything. That's the funny thing. They never sent me a cease and desist or anything else ever. They've never sent me one, period, even from before. Fucking losers. I swear. One minute.
Go for it.
It'll be real fun though when they've already gone 2 times. Again, they added me to a lawsuit. They removed me from a lawsuit. They added me to a lawsuit again. They dismissed the lawsuit. Then if they want to bring a third, and we're suing them over that. And if they brought another lawsuit adding me, oh my God. I'll be like, look, during that time too, they they made claims like this to, again, why would you make claims like that? Oh, you'd make them so you could run a person off. God, I dislike these people so much. motivates me, though. It motivates me because I don't respond well to threats. I don't.
Oh,
I
I
don't
hear
respond
you.
well
I
to
hear you.
all the threats. I'm sure you're probably the same way. You're like, fuck all that. Bunch of losers. Anyway, let's see what else we have. We will turn over the entirety of your harassment content to law enforcement authorities in the state of Florida and in the state in which you reside. Man,
I thought they already did that to
yeah,
somebody at
already
one point in
contacted.
time.
Haven't these people contacted the police everywhere and its mother? And they already said they were going to do that anyway. So
Well,
again,
the FBI, from what I understand, when they were talking to, and I'm like, oh, okay.
yeah, they actually did contact the FBI with the school claims. They absolutely did. And
Really?
oh yeah, oh yeah.
Even
They,
though the actual truth is out there now, that
yeah,
you know
that's what
everything
I'm
that
saying. Filed a false fucking report. I mean, you know, so if they want to go that route, boy, I think that might be a little bit different. You know, when they said that this person or that person was, well, they also said that they didn't know, like I said, who's involved, and it changes up all the time. 1 week it's I liked how at the end of it, when they were trying to work Radis into it, they went and they said, well, you know, I think the guy had an Australian accent. I was like, wait a minute, when did that come in? Oh well, that's so wait a minute. You said it was Jeremy Hales. Like, why would you think it's Jeremy Hales with an Australian accent? That seems weird, right?
Oh, think they flat out said.
Yeah, I mean, why would that be?
And then now it's changed to they had a full Did she talk to the person?
No.
Whoever this so-called phone call, did she talk to him? No. I don't think the phone call was ever made.
We will continue to report every video you can. Look, they're talking about mass flagging and harassment here. That's mass flagging. That's actually damages. You know what? I run a business, and if you talk about mass flagging my content down, you know, these people, they have some real problems with that. You are talking about interference with a business. So that's fun times, right? We'll pursue all available damages. You won't get shit. Okay? You won't get shit. Notice, please be advised that Michael Federigos represents Leslie Federigos in connection to all matters described in this letter. All future communications regarding this matter should be directed at him. Get a lawyer, a real lawyer.
I thought she fired him as her lawyer.
Oh, that's interesting.
What's that?
Remember 2L's in statements on her cease and desist, covering yourselves accordingly.
Oh. That was on 2L's too, right?
Yes, indeed.
The plot thickens.
I love this. This should not be it should not intended to be a complete statement of facts. Should you haven't claimed any facts? Holy shit. I swear to God.
Facts claims.
You know what I love is they claim, oh man, spoliation, by the way. They destroyed every channel that they had after while in the middle of lawsuit, they pulled everything down. They've taken down entire websites. They've taken down, multiple websites. They've taken down at least a dozen YouTube channels. But they're complaining that, oh, well, you know, you better not get rid of any evidence, mofo. Are you kidding me?
But there's that good little archive thing.
Yep. Well, I've got a ton of stuff from them. I probably have 300 videos. I mean, Lord, it's just, I mean, an insane amount of stuff. What is that? Give me a second here. Let's see.
Oh my.
Oh, this is hilarious.
Go for it.
Oh God, Megan's gonna have such a fun day tomorrow.
Uh-oh. Well, you said stuff pops off when the Megalodonus is not here.
Oh my God, she's gonna fucking have a great time tomorrow. Oh, something popped up. I'm not gonna ruin
Okay.
it. I'm not gonna ruin it, Megan. I'm not gonna ruin it for you.
That's cool.
Yep. Not gonna ruin it yet. You know.
That'll be her welcome home gift.
Yeah. Oh, she'll enjoy it. Oh my, oh my. So we've been working on some other stuff too. That'll be a lot of fun. But let's do some super chats. I'll tell you about something in a minute. Oh guys, you're gonna enjoy tomorrow. It's gonna be fun. It's gonna be a lot of fun. Let's hit some super chats before Hales pops up. You know, we're gonna be covering for a minute. So, Fallen Hero, thank you for kicking us off. Thank you for the gifted membership there, my friend. Appreciate you, brother. Stacy, thank you for the 5 gifted memberships with that. Thank you, my friend. Appreciate you too, Stacy. You know, I appreciate you folks for being here. Fallen Hero, thank you for being here again today, brother. Annie, thank you for the super sticker there. Super sticker. Appreciate that. Tree God, thanks for the 2. Good news. We now has all those peeps trashing. Well, it is funny. She got the people trashing her. I mean, it's so amazing, right? Hey, what's up, honey? Thanks for the 18 months. Been gone for a while, but I'm back. I had to catch up. Yeah, get to catch up there. I like that. Some catch up too. Hope all my family's been doing well. It's been a wild one. So you got a lot. If you've missed out on some stuff, you definitely will have a fun time getting everything together. Yeah, here and after. Thanks for 6 months. Squid said that was sent to her from Lips and Chips. Yeah, see, that's nuts. Like, again, what I can't understand is why? Like, what with it? Why? Like, what in it? What did she do? She talked about the case that was there. Oh my God. I think I'm going to talk about this on a larger platform, maybe. That'll be fun. Maybe I'll talk about it to some of my pals. About how these people came after me and tried to shut me down totally. They even made some pretty horrendous claims.
I mean,
fantastic.
This all started over messing with someone's freedom of speech. So
yeah,
it looks to me like this is headed in that direction.
Well,
again.
dude, Leslie's freaking the fuck out. Like, she's just starting. You know how she posts? Well, she's doing that same kind of behavior, but she's starting to do it with with the courtroom. You know, she's already posted some dumb shit in the courtroom. Oh my God, it's gonna be fun. Oh, things gonna get so crazy, man. What's really wild too is I believe that she put that stuff into my God, did she electronically? Dude.
Come on now, don't give it away.
Dude. Now I'm looking. Leslie, are you still e-filing shit? She's still e-filing.
I thought she fired her lawyer.
She did. When she's pro se, she's e-filing. It has to be under his. I mean, holy crap. Well, you know, here's something that people brought up as well. During the school stuff on her on her application, it asked, quote, have you ever resigned from a position while you were under investigation or result of an investigation for misconduct, resigned from a post in lieu of termination, or resigned from a position while you're on probation or performance improvement plan from any employer? If yes, provide any details. And she said no. No. So.
Oh, really?
Yes. So they could have terminated her for something like that.
Uh-huh.
You know, it could be anything. Alec, thanks for the 5 there. It's not good burning fans when she only appears to have about 150 left. Well, you know, it turned out to be a bad business strategy to expect Jeremy Hales to talk about you forever. You know, that seemed to have not worked out because Hales just hasn't been talking about him anymore.
Yeah, he's pretty much.
He's just doing something else.
Yeah.
I just like laughing at the stupid things people do, so I keep going with them, you know. And but I mean, Hales, like his is a totally different business model. So,
well, he's geared around his storage stuff, you know,
Yep.
and he's geared around his life. I'm pretty sure that if he had everything to do over, he wishes that these people never moved in across the street from him. But at the end of the day, he's got to get back to his original content. You know, that's what it's all about.
Well, it's definitely also not giving a piece of yourself to people like this. And after a while, he gave them a lot of time because, you know, it wasn't really giving them time. It was just hoping that if you expose it enough, if you talk about it, that people would see, you know, what these folks really are and what they're doing to you. And a lot of people did, but there are people out there that it doesn't matter what you show. They're just going to be about ruining you. So you can't make everybody, you know?
Right.
And Mary, thanks for 11 months. Tux and Jenny, no, I will check that out. Thank you, Mary. Appreciate you. Patrick, thank you for the $5. Could Lips make a motion? The cases in wrong jurisdiction. They should be federal. She can, but the problem is, okay, it's not a what you're talking about is a case right now where we're looking at only her being a vexatious litigant. So that is under Florida law. She's been filing. You know, she's been filing all these cases over there. So you're having her labeled in Florida as. So that's what that deals with. Palomapkis, thanks for the 5 gifted memberships. But yeah, I mean, that's standard procedure. They'll go through multiple standard procedure attempts, you know, to do things. We'll see what they play. Their tactic typically, though, is to run out in time, but that's okay. And that is totally okay. Because it'll get interesting. Palomapkis dropped 5 gifted memberships. Thank you, my friend. That's awesome. Appreciate that. Max, thank you for the super chat there. Thank you, Max. Appreciate you. William, thanks for the 2. Can you have my email address? Sure, it's easy to remember here. It's granularheaven@gmail.com. That is 2 words, granular like a grain of sand, heaven like the place, @gmail.com. Thank you, too. Weezy dropped 20. No statement with that one. That is a big statement there. Appreciate that. Thank you for backing the channel, too, Weezy, and it's great to see you. Rick, thanks for the 3 there. Candy Fund. I will tell a little one all about her earnings, too. Thank you. Reese, thanks for the 20 there. My husband is local teacher union president. We're in a right-to-work state. Probationary teachers have limited protection for fully licensed teachers. Probationary period is more like 3 years. 90 days? Yeah, bye. Exactly. I mean, that's what they got. 90 days. And it could have been anything whatsoever. I can only imagine the kind of mess that they deal with. Let's see. Cynic, thanks for the 2. I'm just, see, it's been driving me nuts lately because, again, all these people are so boisterous in there. Like, the thing that really bothered me, I really hated to see, with the way that they treated, like a Tammy J, for example. Man, that really annoyed me.
Yeah, that was uncalled for.
Well,
and she was tired of the constant drama. She wanted some fun, and she got. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, they raked her over the coals for just wanting.
She didn't
to have
say
fun.
a word though. Like, what killed me is she didn't say a damn word. She just went and hung out with some people, and you know what? Jay's a clown, and he's fun to goof off with. I mean, what's wrong with that? You know, what's wrong with hanging out with a clown? Like, I like goofing off with them.
Well, just like you said, I'm a mod for Jay, so I see a lot of stuff in the morning. Not once was Tammy J ever, clapping or laughing or having fun at Lisa's expense. When Jay was talking about Lisa, Tammy was talking about something else in the chat with the people. It wasn't like she was over there trashing anyone. She was just listening to the funny parts of the show that made it fun for her. And then she gets raked over the coals for nothing.
Yeah. Well, I mean, they fired up a special stream.
Yeah.
To attack her. Like, I was just, that really annoyed me because, again, she had tried to maintain her relationships there. And watching these people, I watched them the day before, when they talked about her in the chat. They were like, oh, yeah, hey, here's love. We appreciate you. And then the next day, these people are motivated to say some of the most horrendous things. It just bothered me, man. I thought, that's awful. I mean, again, it shows the value of folks.
I mean, they didn't like her being in the chat, but my goodness, when she went on People Watch, that sent her right over the hill. She, like you said, she had to fire up a special stream just to go after Tammy J.
You say one word. I was like, my Lord. It just wasn't. It was so nasty, man.
Did you sign your DNA from Jeremy yet?
It sounds really gross, actually. Signed some DNA.
She NDA. I'm sorry.
Cynic, thanks for the 2. Tug gets money from these jokers in different ways. That's true. That's very true. Hey, man, you bilk them for whatever, man. That's the beauty of it. Cynic also thanks for the 2. Tabung for dish soap. I'm going to tell her she got donations, but she can only sell it for dish soap. She can buy some dish soap. That's it. And then if there's leftovers, she can get something else. That'll be funny. Bohemian Booksmith, thanks for the 2. Is Leslie not a Florida resident anymore? No, I'm not sure if she's maneuvered out anywhere. I believe she was in Florida. As far as I know, she's still in Florida. But
she's up in Orlando.
Puzzle, thanks to the plot sickens. There we go. It does sometimes. You're like, oh. And Andre, thanks to the clean and fun or candy bunny. Yeah, we need to clean and fun. That's what I'm telling her anyway. Again. All right, I think we're good. I don't know. Has he done redirect yet? Let's check him.
What the
hell? Let me see if he's already put up.
I don't know.
Yeah, he's got she dodged her depot again. Oh, yeah. There you go. That should be interesting. It'll be a fun conversation. Let me set up for that one real quick. I'm going to do a redirect for it.
Weapons hoarder. No, that's 4 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. I thought it might be a good one to check out for that. See if there's any more that pops up with it,
This gonna be interesting.
Yeah, could be. All right. Anyway, I'm gonna call it here. Appreciate you folks. And yeah, we will see you tomorrow with the Megalodonus. Later.
Peace.